That's my bad boy. That's my bad boy. That's my bad boy. That's my bad boy.
Yo, we are live. Good morning and salute to everybody who came in early. I appreciate you, man. And when I mean early, I literally mean early. 4 a.m. for me out here in Thailand, man. See, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. Your boy Divine Sense has to go to bed, early, has to wake up early to put on this entertainment for you guys, man. And it's exciting to be able to come on here and be able to do this live commentary for you guys, but it definitely isn't easy. So I really do appreciate everybody coming in, hitting that like button, share the videos to your friends and family. Let everybody know that your boy Divine Sense is live to give live commentary about this fight, man. You guys are not able to watch the fight. It is Bivol and Arthur. They are getting ready to close up round 11. And then, of course, after this fight, we have the Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker fight. So just trying to get find my bearings right quick, man, as we get ready to settle in for the co-main event. Hopefully you guys are able to watch all of my prediction videos. I went live earlier talking about the weigh-in, giving you guys my opinions about how the bodies look, and put in some final thoughts, not only on the Wilder Parker fight, but of course the main event, Joshua and Wallin. And so, all the work is done, and now it is time to let the men come in here in this square circle and put it all on the line. Oh, down goes Arthur right there. I before I was coming on live, I was sitting here setting up my camera, getting everything ready. So I was watching the fight, man, and Bivol is just so lethal, man. He is so systematic, textbook, beautiful boxing, patient, fantastic ring IQ. And he's just beating up Arthur, man, this whole time. Arthur just took a knee here at the end of the 11th. He was able to get up. He's going to make it to this final round. But unless there's some miracle, Bivol should win this very easily. That makes me wonder too, by the way, as I'm sitting here watching Bivol, like, what was Canelo thinking? Like, he thought that it was going to be an easy fight, man. I mean, Bivol is no joke. And the thing is, he's not a star yet. I don't know if he'll ever really be, because obviously he's not going to be able to sell, sell fights. But you cannot deny his talent, man. Bivol is an extremely talented fighter. And I almost forgot. I was like, shit, I got to go live, man. I was like really into watching Bivol do his work here. Excuse my voice, guys. It's early for me, so I'm still adjusting. What's up, Alfred? I see you, man. We got Jeff Spark in the building. Queens, New York in the building. Yes, sir. Oh, Bivol's going to town. 12th round here. Bivol's putting in that work. He's got Arthur on the ropes right here. Just ripping away. You can tell Arthur at this point, he's just trying to survive, man. And you can tell Bivol, man, he leaves just a little bit left in the tank, man, to just unload. About 2 minutes ago, Bivol, Arthur. Yeah, Alfred. So we got Bivol and Arthur right now. After that, then it's Wilder and Parker. So I would say 20 minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes. If that, maybe 15, 20 minutes, we're going to get Wilder and Parker. Knockdown Boxing, Sports and Entertainment. What's good with you, bro? I appreciate you stopping by this evening. For those of you in the States, Anthony Clark, Bomb Squad. That's right. I can't shout Bomb Squad right now, man. It's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, man. Y'all got me up way early for this shit. Somebody hit the goddamn like button, bro. Hit the damn like button. Your boy Divine has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. This shit's crazy. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. I mean, right now, it's a fucking landslide. Wilder by stoppage, 100%. We'll see if any Parker fans stop by. We'll see. But right now, we got the Wilder supporters up in here. Yeah, man, 4 a.m., bro. Shit. 4 a.m., bro. It's one of those situations, too, because it's like technically Sunday morning for me, right? But it's like all my friends went out last night, Saturday night, and I was like contemplating, like, do I just go out and not sleep? Like, just go out, you know what I'm saying, and get the blood flowing a little bit and it just comes straight up on the mic? Or do I try to get, 2 or 3 hours of sleep and then come on here? So I figured I'll go ahead and try to get a little bit of sleep. That was the gamble I took. But nonetheless, man, Bivol. Oh, Bivol trying to get this 20 seconds to go. Bivol trying to get this knockout real quick. Arthur's up on the ropes, man. He's literally trying to survive this shit. He got that adrenaline pumping, though. Arthur does. I think he might make it. He might make it. Man, if Bivol had just a little bit more power, bro, if Bivol had a little bit more pop in his punches, he would be absolutely devastating. And on that note, if he had more power, he would have knocked out Canelo. I'll tell you that right now. I know there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people going live right now. A lot of channels going live. I feel you. Maybe some of you guys will be bouncing back and forth. But do me a huge favor, man. Share the live. Go on X. Go on Instagram. Whatever it may be. Share it. Let the people know what's good. We're about to get the result here of Bivol and Arthur. Bivol should have this in the bag easily. I didn't watch the entire fight, but I don't really think that you can give Arthur more than a couple of rounds, if that. This is a domination from what I saw. I probably saw from round 3 forward. Yeah, knockdown boxing. I got you, bro. I feel you, man. It's hard, bro. Like, it's just the landscape of boxing content creators on YouTube is vastly different than what it was like 10 years ago when I was on this shit. First off, you couldn't go live during fights. I mean you could, but I mean it's not what it is today. You like the setup that we got now and everything that we got going on. And there was only like a handful of guys that were doing it back in the day. But now it's different. So there's a lot of different content creators that you guys enjoy. So I get you guys, man. I feel you. But everyone has their niche, right? Everyone has their little spot, the little spotlight. And for me, I do my predictions and this and that. But I mean, for me, I really do enjoy this live commentary shit, man. That's what I'm really, really good at. It's what I really enjoy. And that's what people have told me as well that they enjoy. All right, so let's see what the scorecards come out. Damn, 120 to 107, bro. That is an absolute domination, man. Arthur can walk away with a little bit of pride. He was able to stay on his feet and finish the fight. But 120, 107, that's crazy. That's a boxing clinic, bro. Won every single round. 120 to 107 is winning every single round, like literally. You don't see that very often. You do not see that very often, man. For those of you guys just coming in, man, do me a favor. Go ahead and double jab that like button. Get the likes all the way up. Let the people know that at the very least you came by to show support. I really do appreciate that. And if you're curious, we're about 15 minutes away from Wilder versus Parker. Knockdown box. Oh, facts, bro. I mean, that's why I was saying. That's why I was saying earlier. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest. He must have thought. I mean, maybe because he's not really well known, and maybe he thought Bivol would be starstruck in the moment, and with Canelo and his experience, he would have had the advantage. But damn. They're interviewing Bivol. They're interviewing Bivol right now, so we're getting ready, man. Yeah, Alfred, bro. What's up, bro? Yeah, man. Hey, I got you covered, bro. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna get you covered as long as you can listen in. I got you covered round by round, punch by punch, man. You know how I do it, bro. You don't got to worry about a thing. But if you get home, you know what I mean, you get the visual. But this is one reason why I do what I do, because not everybody is able to watch the fight live. People are working and shit, and people are out with their families. They got things going on, man. So at least, at the very least, you get some decent commentary to keep you updated, punch by punch, round by round. One thing I noticed, I don't know if it's just because the how the arena is set up, but I feel like it's very quiet in there. And maybe it's just because everyone's like anticipating and waiting for the co-main event, main event, but it's like it seems very quiet compared to like Vegas, for example. Even in the undercard fights, like people get hyped. There was a little bit of hype there at the end when Bivol almost got the knockout, but for the most part, it seems quiet. Yeah, I hear you, Jeff. Yeah, sometimes that happens, man. I'm watching it live on DAZN, so I got it right in front of me. So much better setup because back when I was doing this before, I was like trying to live stream the fight on my laptop, and then I had YouTube going at the same time. It just used so much bandwidth and so much like CPU power, man. So now I got it up on the big screen here in front of me. So much better setup. And if it was me, and I've done this in the past where I didn't have the energy to go live. There's a couple of channels here that even for me, I personally like doing the live commentary. I'll watch it live and I'll just mute the commentary and put on my favorite channel, uh, kind of onto the side for the live commentary. But it doesn't always match up. That's the only problem. Yeah, no doubt, SM, bro. I got you covered, man. Like I said, yeah, drive safely, bro. Don't be in a hurry. You got another like I said, man. They're still doing interviews right now. Bivol and Arthur just finished up. They're still doing the interviews. They're talking to Eddie Hearn right now. They did pan the camera early over to Wilder. He's got a full sweat on. He's looking warmed up. So, SM, you probably got a good, 10, 15 minutes. Um, Knockdown box. Process. Oh shit, man. I don't know, man. I got the raisin. I got a raisin. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Mm. It's okay for gaming. I game on it. I game on it sometimes, man. Um, but yeah, when I'm like got a bunch of shit going on, YouTube, the zone, live stream, this, that, whatever, different windows for comments coming in, and yeah, having the fight up right in front of me right here on the big screen is just, oh man, light years better. Oh, by the way, before I went live, I did see that uh Miller got knocked out. It was Miller, right? Yeah, I think Miller got knocked out, man. Dubois came out with the knockout. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy because Miller was out there talking mad shit to Joshua too, trying to get into Joshua's head. That's what I love about boxing, man. That's what I love about boxing because boxing will humble you so fucking quick, bro. So quick. That's what I love about it. It doesn't matter what type of shit you got to say, how you acting before fights, and all that bravado and ego and this, that, whatever, man. There's only a couple fighters that I can really think about off the top of my head that had a lot of bravado, that had a lot of emotion, that talked a lot of shit and backed it up. I mean, this man right up here, this man right here, Floyd Mayweather, like that dude right there backed it up. And he didn't always talk shit. But he did on occasion, but he always backed it up. But I don't know, man. I would argue that a lot of dudes that talk shit, they usually get humbled, man, more times than not. I was just talking to one of my boys out here a couple days ago, and he was saying that you think about Mike Tyson towards the latter part of his career and all the craziness that he would talk about, like leading up to the Lennox Lewis fight. Everybody bought into that shit though too. They're like, "Oh man, Mike Tyson coming back from prison, he's back. Shit, he might destroy Lennox." One of my favorite YouTube videos to watch sometimes is like those who talk shit and get humbled, and that's exactly what happened to Miller tonight. All right, bet knockdown. Yeah, I'm not really a. I know I need to get my ass in gear, bro. I've never been like. I don't know, man. Like I can't really wrap my head around spending all kinds of money on technology and shit. I'm old school, I guess. Like my phone, like as long as I can do the basic shit, got a decent camera on it, man, like I'm good. But yeah, in this day and age, man, if you're trying to compete out here, you got to upgrade your shit. That's the reality that I'm slowly starting to learn. So if y'all just joining, man, welcome. Make sure y'all get that like button double jabbed. Pump that jab button. Pump that like button with the jab. And we're slowly leading into the co-main event. As you guys know, of course, that's Wilder versus Parker. And yeah, we're gonna get it popping, man. And just to update you, if you just stepped in, Bivol just won by unanimous decision. He beat London Arthur very comfortably, as a matter of fact. He won on the cards 120 to 107, complete domination. Not really surprised. Look at this shit, man. They're putting up the CompuBox stats. 226 punches landed by Bivol and only like 71 for Arthur, bro. 226 to 71. That shit is crazy. So Frank Sanchez won by TKO. Philippe won by TKO. Jay whatever beat Ellis by KO. I get Adjit KBL. I don't know, man. These European dudes, I can't pronounce their names for shit. He won. Daniel Dubois won by TKO. And of course, Dimitri Bivol just won by unanimous decision. Next up, Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. Hell yeah, Stormy B-Man in the building. How you doing, Stormy? You're not going to go live, bro? I bet you're going to go live probably later, right? Post-fight. Maybe we can chop it up post-fight, Stormy, if you up for that. I know that's usually your thing. You come in right after the fights. Knockdown. I see that super chat coming in, man. Much love and appreciate. Like, this is definitely a grind, bro. Definitely a grind. 4 a.m. for your boy, man. 4 a.m. for your boy, bro. I appreciate that. That $2, man. I'm gonna make sure that shit goes to good use. Trust me. Appreciate you, bro. Much love. Yeah, Stormy. That's what I figured. As you come in, go ahead and vote in that poll for me. So far, we got 25 votes. Overwhelmingly, the majority for Wilder. Actually, somebody voted Wilder by decision. That's interesting. But right now, it's pretty much a landslide. Wilder by stoppage, 92%. So if you haven't hit that poll yet, let me know. And traditionally, I always close the poll. I'll close this particular poll. I'll put another one up for the main event, but for this particular poll, I'll close it once the referee brings the two men in the center to touch gloves. The poll closes, so it's your opportunity to put your vote in. So make sure you do that. Dwayne Price in the building. What's up, Dwayne? Hope you're good out there, bro. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. If you're just dropping in, not everybody's able to watch this live, like my man SM. The Bivol fight just finished. He won by a landslide, unanimous decision, and now we're getting ready for the co-main event. Sometimes I don't understand these damn buildups, man. It's like one fight finishes, and then it takes them an hour just for the next fight. It's like the whole scheduling. It's like, why is it not scheduled to the point where you know that it's going to be a 12-round fight? It could be a 12-round fight, so why ain't the fights like ready lined up? I don't know, man, but I'm just nitpicking at this point because it's 4:30 in the fucking morning for me. As you come in, man, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Hopefully, we can get these likes all the way up to let the people know that your boy Divine is live, giving live commentary of the fight. And go ahead and vote in that poll if you haven't yet. You know, we continue to patiently waiting, man, for Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, which is right around the corner. It's the next fight up. If you guys didn't know, if you're just dropping by, just give you that quick update. So, yeah, we're all here just patiently waiting, man. Hopefully, you guys got your popcorn. I mean, as we know with Deontay Wilder and his reputation, man, like, this might be a quick one. It might be a quick one, bro. So, let's see. I mean, I find it like, I don't know, man. I'm not really like in the boxing circles listening to a whole bunch of content nowadays. But from what I have listened to, there's actually a lot of people. There's a lot of people saying that Joseph Parker is a live dog. Like, he's got a real good chance. Like, literally, as I came in before I set up the mic and everything, I was watching it. It might have been one of the commentaries. It could have been Sergio Mora. He was saying like, yeah, as long as Joseph Parker stays away from that right hand, you know, I think he can win this fight. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, they just continue to think of Wilder as just this one-handed fighter. But you know what I mean? Like, I guess I can't get too irritated at that because, I mean, Deontay Wilder in a way has to prove that he is a new and improved fighter. He's changed his tactic, and the work with Malik Scott will hopefully come to fruition to let people realize that Deontay is a true athlete, and he's bringing a different skill set to the table. So, in a way, he does have to prove himself. But at the same time, it's like people have short-term fucking memory, man. People act like he's never boxed before, like he's never put on a boxing display before. Like, we know that Bermain Sterveen, he boxes shit out of him for 12 rounds. Like, we know he has that capability, but it's fine. I mean, the more you doubt him, the more it makes the fight entertaining, and it makes it a situation where you get a bunch of people that support him, and then you get people that hate him that want to see him get knocked out. So it works. My man SM dropping in that bomb squad. Yes, sir. I appreciate that super chat, man. I know you're on the road right now, so little extra effort to send that super chat, man. I appreciate you, bro. Much love. We also got Joe in the build. What's up, Joe, man? I haven't seen you in a hot minute, and I appreciate you dropping a comment on my last video. And you said that I'm one of the few content creators out here that you enjoy, you know. So, man, when I get comments like that, I really do appreciate that, bro, because rather it's 500 people in the live stream and there's only 10 people, I appreciate it immensely. And when you get that positivity, it keeps you motivated to keep doing what you do. Just do me a huge favor. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like button, get the likes all the way up. We should be at 20 likes at the minimum right now as we get ready to set off with a co-main event. Tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell your mom, tell your dad. Deontay Wilder is about to enter the ring, and Divine Sense Boxing is live. So make sure you let everybody know. Gnarly Ray, what's good with you? Salute to you. Hope you're good out there. Good evening on where you're at. Hopefully it's not too chilly for you. If it is, bundle up, get comfortable, because this might be a short fight. May not last long. If you guys are curious, if you're just coming in, settling in, wondering what the situation is, Bivol just finished his fight against Arthur. He won by a landslide decision. And we're all sitting here patiently waiting for the moment. Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. They got the DAZN crew up here commentating blase blah here on the mic. So, yeah, Mrs. Just Do, what's good with you? I appreciate you stopping by. Peace and love to you as well. Hope you and yours are doing well out there this evening. Karma Boxing and MMA just dropping in, man. What's good, man? You guys' timing is impeccable. Your all's timing is impeccable to come in right on time to catch your boy Divine Sense to commentate live on this fight. Oh, they're showing the highlights of Miller getting knocked the fuck out. And I do not feel sorry for him because he's been out there talking a lot of shit. And your boy Dubois took care of that business. The heavyweight division makes me laugh sometimes, man. They all you get these Dubois and these Millers and these what's the other dude? Chisoras and all these guys. They're all fighting each other, knocking each other out. But it's like there's really only a couple of guys at the cream of the crop, man. And one thing is that I'm the most excited. One thing, obviously, it's a pleasure and a delight to see Deontay Wilder come back into the ring to see what the developments are, see how he looks. But what really excites me is the idea and the real possibility that Deontay Wilder, before he officially retires for good from the sport, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is not that far away. Okay, so we really need to enjoy these moments. But one thing that really excites me is the possibility of him becoming undisputed when it's all said and done before he sails off into the sunset with his beautiful family. And that's not a far-fetched idea, man. It's really not. Like, I don't know how the cookie's going to crumble exactly, but if you think about it, he takes care of business tonight with Joseph Parker. Hopefully, Joshua takes care of business against Wallin, and that fight's supposed to happen in March. I don't always hold my breath anytime Eddie Hearn's involved in anything, but let's just say, for argument's sake, it does happen. I mean, you take care of Joshua, what is left? There's not much left. And we know that Fury's going to fight Usyk. So a lot of things can happen. And that's what really excites me is the idea that through the turmoil, through the chaos, through the darkness of what Deontay Wilder has been through and all the different controversies and all the hate that he received, he still has an opportunity to shine bright in the end. And that's exciting for me. Make sure you all vote in the poll. Keep that poll cranking. We got 30 votes in that poll, so let's keep that moving. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. We finally did get one person. I don't know who it is, probably some random, that voted for Parker by decision. Very interesting. Help me get the likes all the way up, too. If you're stopping in, even if you don't plan to stick around, do me a favor and help your boy out and get the likes up, because I did have to wake up at 4 a.m. where I'm at. Just FYI. I had to get up at 4 a.m. to provide this content. So at the very least, double jab that like button because it's free. Shit. It's free to double jab that like button. Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Let him know. Shit. Let him know, bro. If you're just joining and you're curious on what's going on and what the update is, we are still waiting, man, patiently. Wilder and Wallin. Sorry, Wilder. Fuck, man. See, this is what happens when it's 4 a.m. Wilder and Parker is just right around the corner. And we're patiently waiting. So we're all in this together, man, waiting patiently. I got the fight up right in front of me in big screen, high def. You understand what I'm saying? Listening to the zone commentators continue to spice up this fight. But like, I mean, we're at the edge of the seat. We're on the edge of our seat, bro. We're ready. Let's go. We're ready now. Andrew Gray in the building. Salute to you. I appreciate you stopping by this evening. If you're stateside, I appreciate you. All right, so they're panning the camera over to Deontay Wilder. He's got like a black and gold robe, glittery, shiny. They put like a crown on his head. And looks like he's about to make his way down the tunnel here momentarily. So right around the corner, y'all. Right around the corner. So we got people like SM in the chat who is on the road, on the way home, listening to Divine Sense to provide his commentary as he is trying to get what he can out of this fight because he can't watch it live. If you're a person that can't watch the fight live right now and you're listening to my commentary, let me know in the chat because I love to know like who really enjoys my commentary when they don't have the option to watch the fight live, man. I always love to know that. So I appreciate you. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Yeah, I'm hyped too, Gnarly Ray, because I'm like, I just want to see. I want to see Wilder look smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like smooth as silk. Land up a beautiful punch and bam. Send a message, send a shockwave throughout the whole heavyweight division. Put everybody on standby. That's what I want. That's what I want. And on that note, man, I want to see Joshua. As much as I critique him and criticize him, I want him to have a fantastic showing too, because I want to see that fight between him and Wilder. So that's where my mind is right now. So I'm sending all the love and energy, positivity, and light to both of these men tonight that I possibly can, so we can finally get the Wilder and Joshua fight, because that's what means the most to me right now. That's what means the most to me right now, man, for real. It's like 5 years past due anyway. And so if Wilder goes in there and does his part, I mean, the pressure is even more on Joshua than shit. See, that's why, man, if I'm Joshua, I don't even want to be the main event anymore. Because if you're sitting in your locker room getting your hands taped up and you see Wilder blast out Joseph Parker, you're sitting there like, damn. Ooh-wee. Now I got even more pressure on me to go out there and perform. My man Joe says, here in the UK, I have your live commentary and TV on mute. That's what's up, man. I really do appreciate you. Really do, man. And like sometimes the commentary just be like out of this world. And I don't mean that in a good way. Like out of this world as in like what are you fucking talking about? Either completely biased for one fighter or the other, or I don't know, man, just a bunch of silliness. Oh, they got Andy Ruiz up here now. They got Andy Ruiz about to interview him, give his thoughts. And I'll turn up the audio real quick so y'all can hear it. For those of you who cannot watch the fight live.
I think that's what we're gonna see today. Chris, I feel like in the lead up to this fight, everyone initially, as you would, went with Wilder. But when all of a sudden, throughout the week, the chat has changed. All of a sudden, people think, one second, Joseph Parker could do this.
Well, look, Joseph Parker has got some momentum on his side at this point. He's won, 4 fights in a row since that loss to Joe Joyce. He and his trainer, Andy Lee, have got some chemistry going, whereas Deontay Wilder has been kind of...
If y'all just joining, man, do me a huge favor and click that damn like button. Get the likes all the way up. Even if you don't plan on staying by for much longer, do me a big favor and double jab that damn like button. Let the people know that he at least came in. I mean, why would you not want to jab some shit for free? Like, this is your opportunity to jab some shit for free. I mean, you can't go into work and jab your boss for free. You know what I'm saying? So this is your opportunity to jab some shit for free. Get the likes all the way up. I appreciate you. Go ahead and do me a favor and vote in that poll. I mean, slowly but surely, as we get closer to the ring walks, I get a couple more Parker fans in here. Shit, Parker fans, stand up, bro. Like, don't be shy. Don't be intimidated.
All right, this is the one that I've been waiting for personally. Our main event, we've got 2 men, but Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, former champion versus former champion. Let's right back downstairs. Your commentary team of Sergio Mora and Darren Barker, but first, Mr. Tom.
What's up, Alfred? Nah, bro. Trust me, if the fight has started already, I'm going to be way more hyped than this. Now, we've been sitting here patiently waiting easily like 15, 20 minutes already, bro. I'm like more than ready. All right, so tail of the tape. Wilder 38, Joseph Parker 31. Deontay Wilder is 6'7". Joseph Parker is 6'4". Deontay Wilder right now on fight night is 214.5. Joseph Parker is 250. 250 for Joseph Parker. And the reach is 83 inches to 76 inches. So a huge reach advantage for Deontay Wilder. Joseph Parker is now making his way into the ring. He's making his way into the ring, guys. The fight is about to happen. Joseph Parker is making his way into the ring. He's got what it looks like a white and red and a little bit of gold trim for his robe. Got a little hoodie on. As I just mentioned, he's coming in tonight at 250 pounds. So, wow, 36-pound weight advantage for Joseph Parker tonight. But as I commented earlier about the weigh-in, Deontay Wilder coming in at 213, 214, that's where he's always been the most devastating. For those who are just starting to watch Deontay Wilder since the Fury fights, and you saw him at 240, you're about to find out. He's gonna look like a light heavyweight cruiserweight. He's gonna look like a cruiserweight, but you're gonna see how it is. You're gonna see how it is. We got Buffer in the middle of the ring doing the ring announcements. This guy seems like he has been around forever. I've been literally watching this man for 20 years, easily. And some of you guys who are older than me have been watching him since the early 90s. This man's still doing it, man. Shout out. All right, man. Here comes Joseph Parker, man. For all you Parker fans, don't be shy. If you're too shy to comment, the least you can do is go ahead and vote in that poll. Let me know that you think Parker's going to win this fight. Shit. Especially if you bet money on it. I mean, he is technically the underdog, so. This is a big opportunity for Joseph Parker, man. It's a big opportunity for him. Because, you know, if he can be that guy. I mean, if he knocks out Wilder, how big of a surprise is it? I'm fairly surprised. You know, I don't think it's astronomical. But nonetheless, knock him out. That propels his career. That puts him right into the conversation with those big names, man. So this is a big fight for him. This is a huge opportunity for him. You know, this arena is crazy though, bro. If you guys are not watching this live, this arena, like the ring walk takes like 15 years just to get in the fucking ring. Totally different than the MGM Grand, where it just seems like it's just one little like straightaway, like a little 50-meter straightaway. This shit's like a rat maze just to get into the damn ring. I mean, they just do everything bigger in Saudi, bro. Like everything's got to be extravagant. So Joseph Parker getting ready to make his ring entrance, stepping through the ropes as I speak. You guys haven't voted in the poll. This is your opportunity to do that. Make sure y'all do that because I'm going to close that poll once the referee brings the two men in the center of the ring and touch gloves. If you haven't hit that like button, do so. Stormy, man. Hey. Man, be careful with the violence, bro. The violence, man, it's too much violence for me at 5 a.m., bro. Too much violence. But I hear you, bro. And this is why I was saying earlier, Stormy, where like it's that kind of refurbished Deontay Wilder, not like refurbished in a way like he's a completely new person. It's more of like he is going back to the Deontay Wilder of old, right? Where it's like the calm, cool, collected demeanor, smiling, happy, shaking people's hands and shit. He seems like a friendly, nice guy. And then he goes in there and tries to snap your neck off your fucking shoulders like some crazy, wild shit, bro. Like much different than the kind of cold, dark Wilder that we were seeing in the, you know, at least in the Fury 2 and 3rd fight. Like he's back to that just calm, cool, collected, focused, confident Deontay. And to me, far more dangerous, far more like, I don't know, just it's that feeling of you don't know what's like, you know what's coming, but you don't really know what's coming. And because there's a mystery behind that, like that's what makes it compelling. Deontay Wilder is at this moment making his ring entrance. As I mentioned, he's got the black and the gold. Classic Deontay Wilder. It looks like, I think he might be playing one of his own songs. I know he's been making music lately. It sounds like his voice anyway. I can't really hear. I don't have the TV up too loud, just because of YouTube and I don't know the copyright situation. But it sounds like one of his own music. Okay, yeah. Knockdown is confirming. That's what's up. Shit, represent your shit. Yep. If you're not able to watch, like I said, he's got the black robe with the gold trim, all glittered up, shining bright. 214 pounds for Deontay Wilder tonight, guys. 214 pounds. Yeah, all right, cool. Thanks for updating the chat, bro. I've been up is the name of it. Thank you, Alfred. That's the name of the song, man. Y'all go check it out. Deontay out there been making music lately. I've been noticing on his IG, he's been promoting that. Love to see it. You know, display your other talents. You're not just a boxer. You're much more talented than that. Deontay's a very passionate person, and no better way to exhibit your passion through music and written word. You feel me? That's what's up. All right, both men are in the ring. Both are in the ring, about to do the official announcements. They're doing all of, you know, the promotional shit, get all the 5,000 brands out there that are help promoting this fight, get that out of the way, and then we're going to introduce the fighters, and then we got a fight, man. How long is it going to last? How long is it going to last? Are we going to see an early knockout? Are we going to be surprised and this shit go 12? I don't know. That is the amazing thing about boxing. You don't ever really know. But if you are dropping by, what I do know is that you need to double jab that like button if you haven't yet. That's what I do know. Show some love to your boy having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go live and talk about this fight. And I appreciate you immensely for that. Mark Lyson is the referee, the third man in the ring. Yeah, from what I can tell, Parker looks fairly calm, not too jittery. Deontay as well. I mean, they both look quite focused. You know, sometimes even at this level, you see a little bit of nerves. You can tell there's some nerves. They're trying to hide it, but I can usually tell. Joseph Parker, 33-3 with 23 knockouts. Not a bad knockout percentage. He does have the ability to hurt his opponent. So that's where he stands, 33-3 for Joseph Parker if you are not able to watch the fight. Bringing in that Kiwi energy. I'm surprised he's not doing the whatever, that traditional New Zealand dance or whatever. I forget what it's called. And now they're about to introduce Deontay Wilder as he's pacing back and forth, looking like he's ready to be unleashed. Deontay Wilder, as we know, from Alabama, 43-2-1 with 42 knockouts. 42 of his 43 victories are by way of knockout. Now tell me that's not one of the most devastating punchers in heavyweight history. That's a fact. Let's see if he continues that trend. Let's see if Joseph Parker will be that 44th knockout of his career. All right, we are moments away. The referee's about to bring the two men in the center of the ring, which is a reminder for me to close the poll here. Hopefully you guys got all of your votes in. Wilder by stoppage, 89% by landslide. Let's see what happens. If you, by the way, are an official member of the channel, go ahead and drop in your Wilder emojis just like this in the chat. Let the people know that you're a supporter of Deontay Wilder, and we are about to get this thing popping. Wilder's new nickname supposedly is Dr. Sleep. And he's got NyQuil in his gloves, and he told Joseph Parker to bring a pillow. So let's see. Round one has begun. Two men meet in the center of the ring. We got Deontay Wilder bouncing on his toes, looking fluid. No punches thrown here the first 10 seconds. We got the kind of prowling, little bit of a peekaboo style from Joseph Parker. No punches thrown at all. First 20 seconds. Both kind of probing, looking, waiting. Right now, Wilder's the one that's on the back foot, moving. Finally pumps out a jab. Nice little range finder from Deontay Wilder. Joseph Parker, right, he's staying more so back foot in the center of the ring. Both circling to, Wilder circling to his left. But I'd like to see left, right, the patience and the movement by Deontay. Kind of pawing out with the jab. Nothing too aggressive with the jab yet by Wilder. Keeping his distance, keeping his patience. We're a minute in. Nothing really thrown. Parker finally reaches out with a little bit of a jab, but parried by Wilder. They're both kind of just hauling out with a little jab here. No right hands thrown so far. Big time feel out round here for both guys. You can see the mutual respect. You can see the patience. But so far, more or less, this is the way I thought the fight would start. This is what I expected. Wilder still moving left to right, staying, towards the outside of the ring, and Parker staying in the middle of the ring, kind of following following Wilder around, but he's keeping a big distance away from Wilder. So they're really, really both respecting each other immensely here. Nobody's really willing to commit yet. I don't even think a punch is landed by either guy yet. A lot of patience here. Wilder continuing to move back and forth. Kind of waiting to see if somebody at least is going to step in with a heavy jab. I'm trying to see who's going to be the first one. They're kind of pawing out with the jab. Little range finding jabs, but nothing is really significant yet. We got our final 30 seconds here. Not much going on. Oh, Parker finally goes a 1-2. Tries to get a right hand over the left shoulder of Wilder, but Wilder rolled well with it. So Parker is the first one to try to throw something a little bit big. I mean, it wasn't like his biggest shot, but he was the first one to unload a little bit. I mean, you might as well. Shit, there's nothing really going on. So one punch landed can win this round because nothing's really going on here. Wilder extremely patient. Didn't throw a right hand at all. No left hooks. Nothing really. A little pawing out jabs. But maybe that's the game plan. Maybe it's just let's move around. Let's be fluid. Let's calculate everything. And that's what I'm seeing. Also conserve some energy. Don't waste punches. Not an easy round to score because there wasn't anything really going, but I guess in a very, very small margin. Parker was a little bit more aggressive. He did throw a right hand over the top. And just for the simple fact that I don't think any punches were landed at all by Deontay, I'm going to have to give that round to Joseph Parker. So 1 round to 0 for Joseph Parker. I don't feel too great about that because there just wasn't much happening. But I guess if you wanted to, you can score that in even rounds. Jerome, what's good, bro? We here, bro. Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker, round number 2. I gave Parker the first round. Oh, nice jab to the stomach by Parker to start round 2. I don't know why, but I feel like that right hand is coming by Wilder, bro. I don't know why, but I feel like it's coming. But I do like how Parker is like, I'm respectful. Ooh, big loading up right hand by Parker. He really loaded up with that one, but Wilder rolled well with it. So Parker's starting to take a little bit of a risk here. He's trying to press the fight. Double jab by Wilder there. I mean, Wilder really needs to use his reach advantage here. At some point, he needs to step in a little bit and use that reach. I mean, you don't have to worry so much about anything coming over the top with the jab too much because you have a massive reach advantage as long as you step in and stick it hard. I'm actually a little bit impressed by Parker's footwork. You know, he's stepping back nicely as Wilder starts to step in with the jab. Yeah, very defensive by Wilder. I feel like very defensive. I haven't really seen him move like this in a long time. I mean, he looks light. He looks light on his feet. He doesn't look like he's struggling to move. But maybe by this point, I thought that he would try to land something big just to offset Parker a little bit. Parker getting a little sneaky body shots in there on the ropes. Wilder seemed to take it well. You know, if I'm Parker, I know that Wilder is only 214 pounds. I mean, it's not a bad idea to try to go to that body because you got a huge weight advantage. But he's very careful to try and close that distance and go to the body, though. You probably have done your research. You've done your homework. You've seen Wilder knock dudes out as people try to step in on him, and he just puts your lights out. So you can tell that Parker's done his homework. He's very careful. If you guys haven't yet, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Stay a part of the conversation. We are in round number 2 now, about to close it out. So far, Parker's done a little bit more. Oh, nice step in right hand to the body, just above the hip by Parker. Into round 2. I'm going to have to give that one to Parker as well. I think Parker's just more active. He's trying to get in there, landed a couple body shots. The one thing that I did like at Wilder at one point was he did try to feel out the double jab to see how it felt. But again, not much from Wilder here. I mean, again, like, I'm going to assume that this is part of the game plan, and there's nothing wrong about that. You know, a lot of people, I think for the lower weight classes, it's a bit more riskier to give away early rounds, right? Because then you're on an uphill battle. But for heavyweights, you've seen it time and time and time again. A guy can be down 5 rounds to nothing, and then boom, it's over. So not the end of the world. But at some point, you're sitting here patiently waiting, thinking, when is it going to come? This strategy of being defensively sound and moving around, like, when is it going to come? All right, so here we go. Round number 3. A little bit more aggressive jab at the start of round 3. Stepping in with the double, triple jab by Wilder. But Parker's keeping his gloves up nice and high. I felt that Wilder almost got a right hand in. He almost got a right hand in, and Parker has a look on his face like, that was close. That was close. Yeah, that was close. It was just a little bit too short by Wilder. I think he needed like 2 or 3 more inches of distance, and he would have landed that. That's what boxing is sometimes, a sport of inches, centimeters, right? Just one slight positioning difference makes all the difference. Oh, now Wilder really starting to double up and triple up that jab a little bit. He's being a little bit more aggressive. He's stepping in forward with that front foot a little bit more. He felt the left hook. He thought about the left hook, but he pulled back on it. Wilder did. And I would love to see a nice, beautiful left hook by Wilder, to be honest, especially as Parker, because Parker's looking. He's very careful of that right hand. Ooh, man, Parker has thrown about 3 or 4 big right hands. Nothing's landed yet, but he's really looping it. He's like, you can tell it's very intentional to loop it down, up and down. We're about a minute left to go here in this third. A little bit more activity by Wilder in this round. Parker with a more of a less of a high guard, especially as he gets into range. Wilder kind of with his hands down, trying to use his speed and his flexibility and his agility. There's pros and cons of having your hands down like that, obviously. I think a little bit of a check left hook there by Wilder kind of stunned Parker a little bit as Parker came in. So we're starting to see a little tools coming out of the bag now by Wilder, man. Some tools. Some tools coming out, but a nice big jab by Parker there. It's about to end the third round here. So that ends the third round. Sorry, guys. I was really focused there for a second because it was almost like Wilder unintentionally like walked into a big jab, kind of offset him a little bit, and the commentary kind of distracted me for a second. They thought that Wilder was hurt, but I was trying to gauge that. I think he's all right. But a more interesting third round there. It's starting to get a little bit spicy. The first couple of rounds were very fill out rounds, kind of quiet, but this is that rounds get a little bit more spicier. Both of them land or nearly landed a couple big shots, but nothing really significant. But I think that Wilder was slightly more active. You know, the double jab, the triple jab. I think that round could go either way. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Wilder for that one, just for argument's sake. So far, I have it 2-1 for Joseph Parker. 2-1. But it could be 3-0, to be honest. All right, here we go. Round 4. Start of round 4. Wilder back into the movement, you know, side to side motion, staying fluid. You know, we're sitting here thinking, if you're a Wilder fan, like, is he setting up a shot? Finally puts a couple punches together, but Wilder does. But Parker does cover up well. Parker comes up back with his own double jab, but Wilder, right hand lands by Parker, but Wilder comes back with his own right hand. And they finally tie up. The referee lets them work a little bit, finally breaks them up. So Parker lands a nice kind of flash right hand, but then Wilder comes back with his own right hand. They're both kind of flash punches. Nice left hook right hand by Parker. They tie up again. It's getting more spicier, guys. It's starting to get heated up. They're starting to get heated up now. Devin Blocker, bro, I see you. I appreciate you stopping by. Hit that like button for me, bro. It's getting heated up in here. Round 4, if you're just stopping in. Round number 4 now. The first couple rounds, very quiet, but now it's starting to pick up. And it's just, man, you can feel it, right? Like any punch can end this shit. That's the crazy thing about heavyweights, man, especially these two guys. I mean, these two guys are not like super big, slow heavyweights. There's some speed in there. There's definitely some speed and some velocity. But so far, Parker, you know, he's holding his own. He's looking decent in there. You can tell that he's been training and planning for this fight. You know, it's not like a backyard street fight. You know, there's a lot of intention here. About a minute to go. Wilder needs to be a little bit careful, though, with Joseph Parker coming in with his head, man. Really close. Wilder's really close to getting a nice forehead to the chin. Big reach by Wilder with the right hand. Just missed it. You can tell that Wilder is kind of waiting for an opening as Parker comes in. That's what it seems like for me, which is fine. But you don't want to be backing up too much. A little bit of an exchange there. They're both kind of exchanging a little bit, but nothing landing significant for either guy. Nobody's really hurt yet. Glancing blows, getting caught on the shoulders and on the gloves. But they both are testing. They're kind of feeling out the power a little bit, see what works and what doesn't work. So that's the end of round 4. That's the end of round number 4. They're showing Anthony Joshua in the dressing room now. He's sitting there getting his hands wrapped, watching the Wilder and Parker fight. I wonder what's going on in his head right now. I mean, maybe I shouldn't wonder what's going on in his head lately, because then I might jinx him. So let's just assume that he's positive and he's going to do well tonight. How about that? If y'all watching the fight, let me know what you're thinking about this fight so far. I don't know if I could say that. I mean, remember, guys, my official prediction was Wilder. Oh, okay. Now when I slow that replay down, they both landed right hands. But like I said, both glancing. So my official prediction, guys, was round 6, right? Well, round 6 knockout for Wilder. We are around 5 now. So let's see what happens. Round number 5 now. I have Parker up on the scorecards. You know, at least, 3-2 minimum. The unofficial scorecard here on DAZN is they got Parker up 4 rounds to nothing. I think you could possibly give Wilder 1 round. Could be 3-1. but I can see 4-0, to be honest. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you guys come in, man. Much love and appreciation. Even if you're not planning to stick around too much longer, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Stay a part of the conversation. We are in round number 5. The unofficial scorecard has Parker up 4 rounds to nothing. Not that he's like completely dominating Wilder, but he's just doing a little bit more, slightly more. Wilder on the defensive, and it's a situation where it seems like he's just waiting for Parker to step forward, open up, and get caught with something. Not necessarily a bad thing to do, but you don't want to be backing up too much the entire fight, man, because it's just you're just wasting time trying to box if you're not doing anything on that back foot. Like if you're not emphasizing a jab or going to the body. And that's another thing. I haven't seen any jab to the body by Wilder yet. I haven't seen any step in left hook to the body by Wilder. I haven't seen a lean over right hand to the body. Ooh. Inside work by Parker. He tried to loop another right hand over Wilder's jab, and another glancing blow. He's starting to put some water in the basement, Parker is. Shit, I just saw Ronaldo in the fucking crowd right there, right front row ticket. Like, what is that, Ronaldo? Yep, it is. We got Wilder up on the ropes again. Like, I don't know if I like this because you're a smaller man, you're a lighter man, you're let a bigger man bully you against the ropes and work that body. That's just not a good idea with that huge weight discrepancy. I mean, Wilder's strong. He's really strong. He can take a lot of punishment. He's been in this division for a long time. He's felt heavy punches before, but nonetheless, that shit will take its toll. The shit will take its toll, man. This is why I do this live commentary. Ooh, big reaching right hand by Parker. Another glazing shot. And Wilder grabs right away. And Wilder can be in fantastic shape. That's another element that we could consider. He's in fantastic shape. Maybe he's thinking he's going to get Parker to get kind of gas out and get a little bit tired. I don't know. But we're about to go into the halfway point of this fight, ladies and gentlemen. Going into the 6th round, I think that's another Parker round. I mean, it's becoming a point where if your objective is to take Parker into deep waters, now you got to get a knockout because you are probably down 5-0. Maybe 4-1 at this point. Just watching the replay here. When they slow it down, it makes a lot more sense. You can see how clean the punches landed. Yeah, Parker did get a nice right hand over the top. He didn't have all his weight behind it, but he definitely landed it. If you guys are just stopping by, make sure the likes go all the way up. I mean, we should get at least 50 likes in here, man. Keep the likes coming. We are round number 6. Oh, nice jab by Wilder to start things up. Nice jab. I need to see a little bit more intention here. I want to see Wilder, let's get back into this fight. Let's win a round. Let's win a round clearly. That's what we need. That's what we need. If you're a Wilder supporter here, we need a round where you at the very least, win it very convincingly to make it a fight. Because right now, I mean, it's a fight, but you're losing. So we got to do something. Up against the ropes. Parker's comfortable here. He's comfortable here. He's got the shorter arms. He's got a bigger frame. He's happy. He's happy right there to kind of work on the inside because with Wilder's frame and the way his body mechanics work, he just doesn't have the same efficiency in the inside as he does from the outside. I can vaguely hear the commentary. I have the volume down really low, but they're out here starting to talk shit about Wilder now. I can hear that shit. So it's already started. But whatever, man. We're going to stay focused and continue to commentate on this fight, man, as I see it. This kind of like on the back foot Wilder, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just a little bit too reminiscent of a Malik Scott. Too much Malik Scott going on here. He needs to be Deontay Wilder. It's okay to box. It's okay to move. It's okay to be defensively sound. But you got to unleash the hammer, bro. You're not Malik Scott. And I hate to say that. Get a little bit more intention behind the jab by Wilder, at least. Oh, nice step back right hand by Wilder. That definitely got him on top of the forehead. Parker definitely felt that, man. You know, one thing I will say, Parker is very durable. He is very durable. He can take punishment. I mean, at this point, Wilder should be able to tell that Parker is like literally lunging forward. Wilder finally doubles up with the right hand, but Parker covers up well, holding on. I do see a little bit of heavy breathing from Parker, though. He has put in like round 4, 5, and 6. He's put a lot of energy in there. For what it's worth, Wilder still looks calm. He's breathing well. Doesn't look like he's gasping for air or anything like that. But like I said, if you're Wilder, I mean, you've spent the right hand over the top of Wilder's jab. Glancing blow again. Parker just can't seem to land it flush. But he's landed this right hand over Wilder's jab like 3 times now. That's the end of the 6th round. I think better from Wilder in that round. I think it was better. I don't know if it was enough to win the round. Still another close round. At this point, I'm not really scoring it officially because I'm just watching and commentating live, punch by punch. I don't have my notebook with me, but I mean, I would say it's probably 5 rounds to 1, 4 rounds to 2, if you're being nice, with Joseph Parker winning this fight. And if you're just joining and you're wondering, like, what? Like, Parker's up 4-2, 5-1. Like, what's going on? It's not that Parker's, like, beating Deontay up or anything like that. He's not, like, dominating the fight. Wilder's not cut. He's not bruised up or anything like that. But it's just that he's just not doing enough. Almost too much caution. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like a little bit too much Malik Scott and not enough Deontay Wilder, man. It is what it is. Like, I like the new improved look. I like the fluidity. I like the defensively sound. I mean, I like the fact that he's able to move away from punches and he's moving his head and stuff like that. But you got to be Deontay too, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to. I mean, the unofficial scorecard has Parker up 6 rounds to nothing, bro. Like, you're at a point in the 7th round now where you got to do something. You got to do something now. Round number 7, if you're just joining, unofficial scorecard has Parker up 6 rounds to nothing. I think you can give Wilder a round, maybe 2, but that's about it. Oh, double, triple left hook by Parker there, and again against the ropes. It's like Wilder just continues to probe and wait. It's like he wants to land the right hand as Parker steps in. And Parker is not only just stepping in at times, but like lunging in. So really, if this is your game plan by Wilder, then it's all about timing. If that's the case, that's all about timing. And I'm a little bit impressed, to be honest, with Parker. It seems, he's for his style and his frame and his build, he's a decent boxer, man. I mean, you're fighting a taller, rangier, powerful puncher. You got to keep your hands up. You got to bob and weave, little peekaboo style, and just try to outwork. And that's what he's doing. Oh, step in left hook, right hand by Wilder, but Parker covered up well. Oh, nice left hook by Wilder there. Nice. Getting a little bit more. Wilder's getting a little bit more comfortable. As far as the breathing, I think, Wilder looks okay. Looks okay. Parker's breathing a little bit heavier, but I mean, he's been working harder, so that makes sense. Oh, nice right hand by Parker. They both threw right hands at the same time. Ooh, double jab right hand by Wilder, but misses the right hand. I think he got one of those jabs in there, though. $10 to go left in this 7th round. Oh, big reaching hand by Parker. I mean, Parker's not landing anything like ooh, awe, but one thing is that he is doing is that you can see the intention, right? You can see that he's trying to press the fight. He's trying to win rounds. You know, in his mind, this is a 12-round fight. I may not be able to land that big punch that I would love to land, but I'm going to keep winning these rounds. You know, at the end of the day, if it goes 12, I'm going to win this decision. And from what it looking like right now, he's up 6-1, 7-0 as we get ready to go into the 8th round. So a lot of predictions blown out of the water. A lot of people said KO by round 3. That didn't happen. I said KO by 6. That didn't happen. So I was wrong too. Do me a favor, everybody, and help me on my quest to try to get up to 50 likes. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't hit that like button, do me a favor, hit that like button. And here we go to round number 8. I think on the scorecards, Parker's comfortably ahead, but it is heavyweight boxing. It is not over until it's over. At this point, Wilder needs a couple knockdowns or he needs a knockout to win this fight. And this is a situation where if Wilder does not win this fight, he loses this fight by decision. It simply comes down to he was just too cautious. Just too cautious, too much boxing, not enough action, not enough aggressiveness. And that's what it'll come down to. About a minute gone in the 8th, 2 minutes to go. Not much going on so far in this 8th round. Wilder still pawing out with the jab, reaching out, but not throwing anything big. You can see that Parker wants to throw something big. It's on his mind. Oh, Wilder finally does catch him a little bit. Uh-oh, here comes a couple big shots, but Parker comes back to the body, which is interesting because Parker did take a couple big hits there. He did take a couple big shots, and he goes straight to the body, kind of like protection, survival / I'm going to do what I can to take the winds out of your sails. Just trying to see if Wilder will follow up with what he just did. I mean, Parker did well to kind of weather that storm. Not a lot of, like I mentioned earlier, not a lot of jabs to the body, not a lot of right hands to the body by Wilder. I mean, basically, not much body work at all by Wilder. A lot of jabs and a lot of right hands, not a left. Ooh, couple big right hands by Parker. Wilder's against the ropes. He's trying to survive. He pushes it off. If he took one big right hand, look at the referee for some reason, and now he's taking big shots off the ropes. Wilder is leaning back on the turnbuckle, trying to avoid these shots, but he's getting pummeled here. He's really getting beat up here in the corner, trying to tie up, and he finally does tie up. Big attack there by Parker. Big attack, and Wilder smiles at him. But that was a vicious attack by Joseph Parker there in the corner. I don't know really. I don't know what happened there. It's like he took a shot by Parker. He took a shot, and he looked at the referee for some reason, and Parker just followed up with another right hand, and it wasn't just the right hands. It was It was the body shots as well. Oh, nice left hook by Parker. Big looping shot. I mean, goddamn, man. Like, Wilder is tough as fuck, man. He took a couple big shots in there as he was caught in that corner. Oh, big right hand landed by Parker. Kind of dazed Wilder. God damn, Wilder took it so well. And the fact that he's so much lighter than Parker is amazing that he took that punch. That was flush on the chin. That was crazy. That was crazy. We are in round number 9. Parker way ahead in the fight. Not even a discussion at this point if Wilder can win on the scorecards. Wilder has to win by knockout. He has to win by knockout. I think one of the big reasons why he was able to take that onslaught there is because of the lighter weight. Like, he's just in better shape. He's not as gassed out like he was in the Fury fights. And another big combination by Parker just missed. Yeah, the referee's trying to let him work. Trying to let him work on the inside. I mean, I apologize for my silence here and there, man. It's just because, like, it's at a point now in this fight where, oh man, like, it could just end at any moment. So any one punch, I'm just like really in tune. I can hear the crowd really getting behind Parker now. They know that Wilder just took some big shots. They want to see a knockout. They're hungry, man. They're bloodthirsty. They're bloodthirsty at this point, man. About a minute to go here in the 9th. I can see Andy Ruiz out there, man. He's out there cheering on Parker, bro. Andy Ruiz out there, man, cheering on Parker. It's crazy. If y'all haven't hit that like button, make sure you do that, man. It's free. Double jab it. About 45 seconds to go here in the 9th. Much slower round, but that makes sense. Heavyweight boxing. The round prior was a big energy expenditure situation by both guys, so they kind of slowed it down here in the 9th. Almost like Wilder's kind of taking this round off to recover. He hasn't got much time. I mean, strategically, yeah, it's Wilder's starting to move forward a little bit now. Parker backing up with the high guard. I mean, at this point, Wilder might as well just try to punch through the guard. Just punched. Ooh, nice right hand by Wilder. Round 10 coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, those last 20 seconds or so, Parker looking a little bit tired. And it looks like Wilder has a lot more energy. Round number 10, guys. That last 20 seconds did give me a little bit of a glimmer of hope for Wilder because he started walking forward a little bit, get ready to set up punches, and it looked like Parker's like getting a little bit tired, because you have to understand Parker put a lot of energy in that, whatever that was, that 9th, was that the 8th round, sorry, in that 8th round, he put a lot of energy. He was trying to knock out Wilder, 100%. It didn't quite happen. So let's see what happens here. I like the last 20 seconds, but he needs to continue that momentum off that last 20 seconds of that last round. He needs to continue that. Well, there's no more room or time for hesitancy or patience. There's no more time for Wilder, man. You got to start like, you look good. You look like you're in fantastic shape. You got to use that 214 pounds to your advantage now, right? You shouldn't be as tired as Parker. Parker's bigger. He's worked harder. He's tried really hard to knock you out. So you need to use your weight to your advantage now. The lighter weight, the speed, and start putting punches together. There's no more time for this bullshit. Like, we got to go. It's time to go. About a minute to go. Sorry, a minute away from the round now. 2 minutes to go in the 10th. Oh, he kind of did. Yeah, see, Parker, he's just covering up now. Parker is covering up now. He is tired. He's 100% tired. Wilder needs to see that. Wilder needs to capitalize on this. Parker's not really throwing punches now. I mean, that jab to the body by Parker was fucking lazy. Not lazy, not because intentionally, but he's getting tired. Finally lunges in with the right hand, Joseph Parker does. In the middle of the ring now, Wilder pawing out with the jab. I mean, all Wilder's doing is letting Parker recover. Like, why are you letting him recover, bro? You're the smaller heavyweight. You shouldn't be as tired. You should be on his ass. It's the 10th round. You've lost almost every single round up to this point. Like, we got to go, bro. It's time to go. Double jab. Okay. You can't just wait for one punch, Wilder. You got to put punches together, bro. You got to put them together. You're trying to wait for one single punch. 30 seconds to go in the 10th. God, man, last 20 seconds of the 10th. I mean, I'm just a little bit disappointed, man. Parker is clearly tired. I mean, he hasn't thrown any punches in this 10th round. Ooh, big uppercut by Wilder. Got a nice uppercut in there. And that ends the 10th. I mean, Parker is exhausted, guys. He's exhausted, but unfortunately, Wilder is not taking advantage of it. It's just like, yeah, Jerome, like, it's just too much of like just too much boxing, bro. Like, that's not Deontay. Like, it's cool that you develop some better movement and fluidity and using the jab. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Malik Scott, like, developing that. But that's not him. That's not his style. He's never been a boxer. He's a puncher, man. You know, and I don't know it. People are mentioning in the comments that it's ring rust, it's age, he doesn't have it anymore. But to me, he looks in fantastic shape. Deontay Wilder looks in phenomenal shape, bro, for 38. I mean, he took shots like only reason why he's still standing is because he's in great shape. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's just age, bro. I think it's a game plan. I think the game plan is not accurate, bro. I mean, I can't hear what Malik Scott is saying, but you got to press now. It is time to press. It is time to go. You got 2 rounds to go. Parker is clearly tired. It's mind-blowing to see this kind of like passive Wilder. It's mind-blowing, man. It's mind-blowing. I mean, Parker's so slow right now. He can barely get out of the way of punches. I mean, big looping right hand that Parker clearly missed. And unfortunately, Wilder couldn't figure out a way to capitalize on that big miss. Oh, nice. Okay. Like, get a couple shots in there by Wilder. It's just like what's the hesitation like? Why is there so much hesitation? Wilder doesn't look tired. I mean, we've seen Wilder tired, right? We've seen him gassed out. We've seen him like barely able to move when he fought Fury, especially in that third fight. And he doesn't look like it doesn't look. I mean, everything's moving. Everything is moving. He's not huffing and puffing. I don't think it's a matter of him like being tired. I mean, if it's age, then it's age simply because not being in great shape, but he can't pull the trigger anymore. That happens. That does happen with age. Hate to say it. Oh, left hook by Parker on the inside, kind of offset Wilder, but he looks okay. 30 seconds to go here in this 11th round. I mean, if this fight continues like this, if this continues to happen going into the 12th, what is Wilder going to say? I mean, what can you say about this performance, bro? Like, you're going to look back and watch this tape and be like, I didn't do enough. Like, I didn't get beat up, really. There was one bad round in the 8th, but I didn't get beat up. I wasn't out of shape. You know, it's simply like I didn't do enough. And that's a bad feeling. Like, it's almost like you would rather get knocked out. You would almost rather get knocked out than to go back and look at a fight and say, I just didn't do enough, man. All right, guys, that's the end of the 11th. We're about to enter the 12th round. About to enter the 12th and final round. Now I hear the corner. Now that I hear the corner finally telling Wilder, you got to go to him. You got to punch through him. Well, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm glad you're saying that in round 12. Thanks for that. Like, you should have been saying that shit at round 5. I mean, if you're Wilder, bro, at this point, you got to dig deep. You got to dig very, very deep. Because we've all been giving Joshua shit. We've all been giving Joshua pressure. And you have an opportunity to fight Joshua now. And this is the last round. I mean, you got to go out on your shield at this point. You got big looping right hand by Parker. Okay, they're exchanging now. They're exchanging right now. .230 to go. That's all Wilder has. Oh, he's loading up now. Wilder is loading up for sure now. I mean, he should have been doing this from a minimum round 9 to 12. He should have been unloading like this. 2 minutes to go. I mean, there is desperation now by Wilder. He's really swinging now. And we got to be a little bit careful, though. Parker is just trying to duck underneath it and try to loop something over the top. But it doesn't, I mean, if you're Wilder, you got no choice. You got to take that risk. 1:40 to go. Oh, big punches being thrown by. Now he's punching through the guard. I told him he needed to do that, rounds ago. Now he's willing to just try to punch through the guard. 1:20 to go. 1:20 to go. This is it. I mean, we gotta be honest across the board, man. We got to be honest across the board here. The game plan was not what it needed to be against a guy like Joseph Parker. You're doing now what you should have done 5 rounds ago. And we've been given so much criticism to Joshua. And, we haven't seen Joshua's fight yet tonight, but you would never expect, ever expect Parker to win by unanimous decision. 30 seconds to go here in the 12th and final round. That's all that's left. 20 seconds to go. Referee breaks him up. I mean, Parker is just holding on. He is really trying to use as much of that clock as he possibly can. Last 10 seconds. And that's the end of the fight. They embrace each other in the middle of the ring. Oh man, I'm just shocked, bro. Like I'm just absolutely shocked. And I guess in one way, if you betted for Parker to win this fight, if you put money down for Parker to win a unanimous decision, it looks like you are going to take some good money back home. Yeah, Wilder thinks that Wilder's, putting his hands up and pumping his fist. I don't know. I think he thinks he won the fight. I don't know what's going on in his head. I didn't score this fight officially. Just kind of winging it, just more focused on commentary. You can give Wilder 2-3 rounds, maybe. Just not enough activity, man. Little paw jab, little pawing out with the jab and shit like that. Like that's not gonna win you rounds, bro. Not in professional boxing. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. Tomorrow, post fight thoughts. This is gonna be rough if you're a Deontay Wilder fan. It's just unfortunately inexcusable. It's inexcusable in regards to, at the very least, a game plan. The game plan, it just wasn't it, man. And I'm not gonna ride the train of he's washed up. He's not the same. He's too old because, like I said, to me, it looked like he was in good shape. It looked like that he wasn't winded. He took big, heavy shots tonight. He took them well, and that's usually an indication that you are in fantastic shape. It's just like I said, man, not the right game plan. Way too passive, way too conservative, trying to box too much for some reason, and then round 12 you decide to let your hands go. Like that is not a good game plan. Yeah, Parker was definitely tired. He was tired from round 9. And the reason for that is because he expended so much energy in that 8th round where he nearly dropped Wilder and he tried to knock him out. And then from that point on, he was extremely tired. So if your game plan was to take him into deep waters, 8, 9, 9th round, okay. But you didn't capitalize on that because he was clearly fucking tired in the 9th round. What you did in the 12th, you should have done in 9, 10, 11, 12. Period. So we will see what the official scorecards say. I mean, it looks like Wilder's in good spirits, but from what I saw, he clearly lost his fight. That's true. Knockdown. I mean, it was one thing that was mentioned. Parker was a lot more active. All right, here come the official scorecards. 118, 111. 120 to 108. Yeah. So unanimous decision to Joseph Parker. Very clearly, like the scorecards were this far apart. Yeah, I mean, it was a massive difference. I'm not quite sure what Wilder was thinking or feeling. to win the fight. I mean, if Malik Scott is telling you at the 12th round like you need to step to him and punch through him, that's usually an indication that even Malik Scott knows that you're down in the fight. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer to see what the fighters have to say. Let's see what's on Wilder's mind on why he thought he won the fight. I'm curious. Yeah, Anthony, I hear what you're saying, bro. Like, yeah. But that's what happens when you have that's what happens when you have a trainer like Malik Scott. Like he's just not built that way, man. Malik. He's a defensive minded. I mean, look at Malik Scott's own boxing career.
Dangerous fight, tough fight, but we trained very hard for this. We were purely focused to be that great momentum coming into this fight. I'll tell you, everyone had plans, other plans, but this is God's plan.
What was the strategy for you coming into this?
So Joseph Parker, he's giving his post fight interview right now, but got to give him his flowers, man. I mean, you can tell he trained his ass off for this fight. He had a better game plan for this fight. He knew this was, at the end of the day, it's a 12-round fight. So if I can stay away from the power of Deontay Wilder, I can win this decision. And he was confident with that. And he has now just propelled himself into the conversation to fight big names now. So instead of the unfortunate thing for Wilder is instead of the conversation being Wilder and Joshua, it's going to be Parker Joshua now if Joshua becomes victorious.
I just want to see my love to all my family back in Samoa. I love my capoeira, wife and kids back home. I want to see you guys. And this is a great finish to the year.
You did a tremendous job staying away from that right hand, which you said all along was the key to winning this fight. How were you able to stay away from it so effectively?
Practice, work. And listen, I had to be away all the times. He did catch me a few times on the guard, and I'll tell you this, it's very hard right hand.
I'm just waiting for. I mean, Joseph is saying how hard he's worked and how he trained to stay away from the right hand, and everybody was talking about it. I'm just waiting for them to talk to Wilder and see what was on his mind. I'm genuinely curious. And by the way, I appreciate everybody sticking around, enjoying the commentary, man. For a lot of us, including myself, it wasn't the result that we were looking for. But I'm gonna always be unbiased. I'm gonna give it to you guys raw and authentic. Just call it how I see it. I don't get into the whole bias shit. That's how I do it over here. And from my vantage point, just inactivity, ring rust, not the right game plan, too passive, too conservative. So it is what it is, man. I'm glad that Deontay's still safe. He's healthy. He's not hurt. That's a positive thing. So here comes Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I did, but my time was off a little bit, and bigs up to Joseph. He did a great job avoiding a lot of my butches. We make no excuses tonight. You know what I mean? It was a good fight, and we move on to the next thing.
What went wrong for you out there? You said your timing was off. You've been inactive.
He said it was a good fight. Doesn't take anything away from Joseph. He said his timing was off.
But we're not going to base it off of that. We're just going to go in. We did what we did, and we move on to the next. You know what I mean? We live to see another day, and that's what it's all about. and just ready to go home to my children. You know what I mean? The love all over there.
Seen a lot of Joseph Parker over the years. What was your strategy coming into this fight? Because it felt like you wanted to move a lot more than we've seen you move in the past.
Yeah, most definitely just to stay calm and throw a couple of jabs and set up the right hand and stuff like that. Like like I said, time was off a little bit. He did a good job of avoiding and ducking and stuff like that. I did feel like I had the upper hand, but things happen. Like I said, you move on to the next thing. Today is my daughter's birthday. So, inshallah, that I make it to see her. And like I said, we move on to the next step.
There's a lot of talk during the week about you and Anthony Joshua. Was that in any way a distraction for you coming into this fight?
Just a little bit. There's a lot of talk about different things, but, we make no excuses tonight, man. It was a great crowd. I enjoyed being here in Riyadh, baby. Thank you guys for coming out to support the hard.
I mean, he seems very optimistic and positive about the situation. And what I'm gathering from that is like, when you're 38 years old, you've done a lot in this sport. Yeah, I mean, if this is like a 25, 26-year-old Deontay Wilder, I think his response would be much different. And now he's got a family, he's got beautiful kids, he's still able to talk and have his faculties and still healthy. And that's why I think he's so humble about it.
You know yourself, you clawed your way to the top of the Olympics to the World Championship. Do you still have that same fire you used to?
I don't know, a lot has calmed me down, I've done ayahuasca. I've been in Rhythmia and done ayahuasca. I've found a lot of peace in my life. I found a lot of happiness in my life. I've been wearing.
Oh shit, he's on that ayahuasca. That shit will take you to a whole another planet. So that kind of does explain why he's so peaceful, man. Maybe too peaceful. Maybe too peaceful. Maybe too much love. Like you gotta have a little bit of violence inside of you when you do the sport of boxing. And tonight he just wasn't really violent. He wasn't intentional with his punches really until the very end, but it just wasn't enough, man. So maybe he's in a different place right now mentally. And that's not a bad thing. He's a father. He's done a lot for the sport to entertain us over the years. And it's very possible that mentally he just doesn't have that ferocity anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't seem upset and thinks maybe he won. Delusional? Content. I would say content. Well, I was getting there too, Darren. I mean, this is a fighter that's already happy with what he accomplished in life, and you can see it right there. He's made a boatload of money. He's won a world championship. He's one of the most devastating punchers in boxing history.
Yeah, see, now we got to prepare ourselves now that people are going to start coming out and saying that Deontay's delusional, Deontay this, Deontay that, he ain't shit. So, I mean, y'all prepare yourself for that because it's coming. And my stance is that it's nothing of the sort. I just think that he's so peaceful. He's in a different place now mentally. He's made a lot of money. He's got a beautiful family. Joseph Parker's like 7 years younger. He deserves to celebrate this victory. He's got more things, bigger things to try to approach and accomplish. So, it is what it is. Like, I don't think it's anything like delusion. I just think that he's just in a different place mentally. And a 38-year-old fighter with all the other things to consider, like I said, with his family and all that stuff, all the accomplishments that he's had, it's easy, it's easy to walk away. This is why I've always reiterated the fact and why it's so important to acknowledge fighters like Floyd Mayweather. Even as Floyd Mayweather got older, he didn't let the fact that he was getting older and he accomplished so much in the sport to pacify him and to take it easy. Up until his very last fight, he was always committed to winning no matter what. And I'm not saying that to discredit Wilder, because Wilder and Floyd Mayweather are two different people. Their mindsets are different. Their lives are different. But I'm just emphasizing the fact that why I have such great admiration and appreciation for someone like Floyd, that just so dedicated to victory, no matter the cost. And I just think that today was a mixture of just being too peaceful, just being too peaceful, too passive, too conservative, not having the right game plan, being content with just boxing and moving, and not willing to take much risk, and just having that aggressiveness. It just wasn't enough aggressiveness when you're fighting somebody like Joseph Parker, who is already a very, he's a decent fighter, and he's tough, he's gritty, he's durable. You got to be aggressive against a guy like Joseph Parker. You can't approach a guy like Joseph Parker and just, unless you are a bona fide pure boxer and you know how to score with the jab, you know how to double up, triple up, left hook, go to the body and point, and basically be a Devin Haney of the heavyweight division. Otherwise, you're never going to beat a guy like Joseph Parker, because Joseph is big, he's strong, he's experienced, he knows how to box, and he just had a better game plan tonight. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge one, by King of the Dead. That's fact right there. Like, once you feel content in the sport, it's time to hang it up. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and leave the panel open for anybody that wants to jump in and just give your thoughts of post fight if you want. I'm not 100% sure, man. I'm running on fumes right now, to be honest, man. I don't know if I'm going to have enough energy. I had to wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to commentate this fight for me. I'm running on a couple hours of sleep, but I do it for you guys, man. I do it for you. So I don't know if I have enough energy to commentate the Joshua fight at this point. Not because I am disappointed, that Wilder lost, but that's not the reason. I'm honestly exhausted. But I will leave the link here in the chat if you want to come in and give some thoughts. I'll leave it open for 10, 15 minutes. And then I might get up out of here. But for what it's worth, it's always a pleasure, to come on here and chop it up with you guys and be able to leave this commentary, and just to watch Deontay fight as well. It's always going to be a pleasure as long as he's still active. I'm going to take great pleasure to commentate his fights. And yeah, I think, like I said, man, it just comes down to the passiveness, the content, the game plan. It brings a lot of questions in your mind. I mean, Deontay Wilder said we'll go on to the next thing. I mean, I don't know if that's an indication that he's still planning to fight. If he is planning to still fight, then if he was planning to fight, or if he is still planning to fight, he really needs to go back and watch this fight against Parker, man, and really evaluate himself honestly. And maybe he needs to do that without Malik Scott. It's okay to maybe watch it once with Malik and let Malik give his comments, but then you need to take that fight, go into your bedroom, shut the door, and watch that fight and really analyze and critique it. Like, you've been a guy your entire career where you've been knocking. I mean, that's what you're known for. You knock guys the fuck out. You're fast, you're explosive, you're aggressive, you're violent, and you got to sit down and watch this fight if you're serious about coming back and fighting again. His toughness, his athleticism, the fact that he was in great shape was why he was able to survive this fight. If any one of those elements were not present tonight, he would have got knocked out. Okay. So I guess that's one positive that you can take away from this. But if you're seriously considering on continuing to fight, you need to go back and watch this Joseph Parker fight without any distractions and really soak it in. Like, if I want to continue and put on a show for my fans, because I do believe that he does indeed care about his fans, we got to get back to the Deontay Wilder of violence. I mean, it is what it is. Like, boxing is not it's not wrestling. It's not a tickling contest. It's not a dancing contest. It is literally a violent sport. And if you don't have that violence or some type of violence, then it's never gonna come to fruition again. So yeah, man. I appreciate everybody dropping in tonight. If nobody's gonna come in and give any type of post fight thoughts, I mean, I would rather just sleep and see what happens with the Joshua fight. To be honest, man, it's a little bit sad. It's depressing in a way, but at the same time, I kind of feel like I can't be too mad, bro. I can't be too mad. I can't be too disappointed just simply because he's given us so much, man. Deontay Wilder has given us so much in this sport. And sometimes as boxing fans, we take that for granted. And as boxing fans, we have a short-term memory and we forget the moments that he has provided for us. The glorious knockouts, the epic trilogy with Tyson Fury, and us always having his back and him always having our back, and the positive energy that he has instilled in us, giving us a reason to watch heavyweight boxing again. I mean, for me, that's my biggest reason of being a supporter of Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder gave me a reason to watch heavyweight boxing again. Let's be reminded of that. You know, before Deontay Wilder really made the scene and became successful, I mean, heavyweight boxing was stale. It was boring. It was the era of the Klitschko's. I didn't watch heavyweight boxing. I was busy watching the lower weight classes, the Mayweathers, the Pacquiaos, and these guys. And I wasn't watching heavyweights because it was boring as fuck until Deontay came around and brought excitement back into the division. So sometimes we have to remind ourselves of that. It's like, you know, you're out there, you dating a chick or you're in a relationship, and you're in a relationship for multiple years and then it doesn't work out and y'all break up. It's easy to reminisce and kind of get stuck in the mire, if you will, and focus on the negative part on why you guys broke up. But the reality is that sometimes you have to look at like why you decided to be with that person, why you decided to commit to that person, and think about the beautiful and positive things that you learn from that person and take that with you to the next step. And because in a way they, you know, you take a piece of that person with you forever, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how the passion in boxing works as well. And you really, really got to remind yourself of that, because without Deontay, what would Anthony Joshua be? What would Tyson Fury be? Think about that for a second. Ironically enough, there would be no Tyson Fury without Deontay Wilder. And in a way, even though they never fought each other, and they may never fight each other now because of what happened tonight, but in a way, there might not even be an Anthony Joshua without Deontay Wilder, because the whole reason why that the hype, right? Like Joshua was successful, Wilder was successful, basically around the same time. Everybody wanted to see that fight. And you know, that was because Deontay Wilder was so exciting. So that's how I look at it. And we can sit here and be sad and be disappointed and be in despair because he didn't come out and look like the guy that we remember. But we forget what he has brought to the sport. Yeah. Yeah. So, yep, he lost by unanimous decision. I don't think that anybody could have ever predicted this. I don't honestly think anybody in their wildest fucking dreams. And if you're that 1% who betted Joseph Parker to win this fight by decision, congratulations. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your money. I just don't, like, I don't really see any heavyweight out there right now that's going to bring that same excitement that Deontay, you know, and it's like some of these people are out here celebrating now. Deontay Wilder lost. Yeah, you know, Deontay Wilder lost. Hell yeah, like fuck Deontay, da-da-da-da-da. All right, that's all good, man, but like get ready for an era of heavyweight boxing that's going to go back to the stale bread. You know what I'm saying? Like who brings that type of excitement? Heavyweight boxing has always been about, you know, excitement, explosiveness, knockouts. You know, that's why people have watched it since the dawn of time. And who's in the division that's going to provide that now? I don't see anybody in the division right now. You know, you got Usyk, who's basically a blown up cruiserweight, phenomenal boxer, yes. But if I want to watch boxing, I watch the smaller weight classes. I watch a Devin Haney, you know, something like that. You know, it's not a bad thing that you're a fantastic boxer, but I mean, the whole point we tune into heavyweights is we want to see knockouts. We want to see excitement. That's why we watch heavyweights. So who's going to provide that now? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. At one point in time, Joshua could have been that person, but right now I don't have the confidence that he can continue to be that person. But yeah. Anyway, who's trying to jump in here? Oh, it's my guy. It's my guy, King of Kings. What's up, bro? Cook on him.
You know, I just finished watching Malik Scott lose that 12 round. Oh, I mean, Deontay Wilder. That shit, man. What the hell did we just watch, bro? Like,
Yeah.
there's no. What's funny is I didn't even want to pay attention to it when Eddie Hearn was talking about, you know, Wilder's talking about this and doing that, and it just, you know what this shit reminds me of, and this is the old school reference. Nobody probably even get it, but there was a movie called Major League, and there's part 2, and they have this big Cuban guy named Serrano, and in the second movie, he's like went to a Buddhist place, and he's all calm. He's not mean anymore. He doesn't want to hit home runs, and that's what I seen from Wilder tonight. It was just like he was great footwork to accomplish nothing. Like you can have good footwork like that. Like look at Devin Haney. You could have good defensive footwork, but be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
However I feel about how Mark Breland and their relationship ended, at least Mark Breland knew how to deliver the 1-2 and put motherfuckers out. Like what's the game? Like, and the whole time I'm really. They didn't show us their corner as much as I would have appreciated. But where's the urgency? Y'all in the 12th rounds talking, oh, you motherfuckers should have been screaming at him. Like, dude, you are losing this fight, bro. You have lost this fight unless you get the knockout.
Yeah, by round 8.
There's no delivery system for the right hand in that fighting style. Where was the right hand supposed to be delivered? Terrible game plan. And like you said, I feel it, man. Maybe it's just that I mean, let's keep it real. Maybe it's just that Wilder's fed now. And he's chilling. And it's just not like the destructive, like it's a difference between I'm not saying, but you got to think what his motivation when he coming into boxing. You talking about survival, not only just of him, of his daughter, of of beating the odds. 20-year-old guy starting fighting, like you said, man. Klitschko and them had dried up heavyweight boxing. None of us watched heavyweight boxing. Let's keep it real. Like and so he brought back some of that excitement. And I'm just looking at him, even after the fight. This is another thing, man. PBC, man, damn y'all, man. Y'all dried out more fighters. You did the same shit to Errol Spence. You did this shit to Wilder. You guys drying out these heavyweights, these fighters. Fighters not supposed to be fighting once a year. It's like Matchroom was aware what they were doing, because look at all their fighters. They had them fighting 3 or 4 times this year.
Yep.
They're preparing for war, and our guys are sitting on the shelf at fucking resorts and shit, chilling on ranches and fucking around. Like, what the? And it's not me trying. You know how I rock with Wilder. It's not me shitting on him. I'm just very disappointed because I just didn't want to see that type. I didn't want to see nothing like that, bro.
Here's the crazy thing, bro. Think about this for a second. As much as I want to support the idea that boxers can make this tremendous amount of money, because I guess in a way they've earned the right through, all of the adversity they've had to go through a fucking century of boxing where they're making peanuts and getting their fucking head beat in. But at the same time, there's another side of that coin, right? Because you're making that type of money and you become content, you become passive. You fight once a year or whatever. And I mentioned earlier, like, really the only person that can make that type of money and only fight once a year, sometimes fight once every 2 years and still dominate, was Floyd Mayweather. That's it. There's nobody. I don't think anybody can ever replicate that. But that was simply down to Floyd. He's just a different fucking breed. I think he wakes up in the morning and has got to make the best omelet. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of those type of guys. You know what I mean? He's got to wake up in the morning and his orange juice got to be freshly squeezed. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. And it's a double-edged sword, bro. Like, these fighters nowadays making so much money off of one fight, and they're just like, yeah, I'm chilling. And then you're right, though. You get these promotional companies that are like, oh, here's this. Thanks for providing this great fight. Here's all this money, and we'll call you up next year. We'll let you know. So, they going on holidays and stuff like that. But really, bro, this wasn't a situation tonight where Wilder was out of shape. Yeah, there was ring rust. He's inactive. But shit, Joseph Parker was way more tired than Wilder was at the end of this fight. So it wasn't a matter of being in or out of shape. It wasn't a matter of, timing was off, yeah. But I think his speed was there. When he would let his hands go, he got to a point in that 12th round where he was punching through the guard of Parker. He should have been doing that shit, way earlier. Because that's Parker's fighting style. He's got a peekaboo style, high guard. He's not going to let his hands down and let you just fucking punch him. That, you're a heavyweight. You got to punch through guards. Like, that's what you do. That's what heavyweights have to do. And you can't just, paw out with a jab like you're a fucking lightweight waiting for an opening. And Parker, like, you got to give him credit, bro. You can tell that he had a way superior game plan than Wilder tonight. Far superior. It wasn't just the activity, but it was also, he controlled the clock, bro. He controlled the clock like a true professional, tying Wilder up, working on the inside, turning Wilder, pushing Wilder around, especially like, towards like the 7th, 8th, 9th round. And he was just more determined, it frustrates me simply because I feel like Wilder left a lot of gas in the tank. In a fight like this where you're supposedly the guy that's supposed to fight Joshua next, you got to empty the tank, bro. you gotta walk away from that fight completely fucking exhausted. It looks like Wilder's about to go on fucking vacation.
It looked like he could have fought 10 more rounds. To be honest.
He was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to go see my daughter. We're gonna have a birthday party. We're going to Chuck E. Cheese. We chilling." And I'm like, bro, you should be like exhausted. Your arms should be around Malik Scott, hanging on. Like, damn, I expended everything, you know. And he could have expended everything if he. I don't want to say he should have unloaded on Parker from the beginning, but certainly after you almost got knocked the fuck out in the 8th round, that should have been an alarm going off in your head. And from round 9 to 12, you should have been unloading on his ass. And if you get caught, you get caught. You know, because now you got to walk away from this fight. And like I said, you're going to leave a lot of food left on the table. It's like you're going to Thanksgiving and you leave a bunch of fucking food on the table. At least if you eat all the food, you go home full as fuck, you can't move for 2 days. Man, I enjoyed that good food though. That shit tastes good, you know. But like that's how I feel. That's for me. That's the most frustrating part because if Wilder looked like in the Fury 3rd fight where he was completely fucking wasted, that's why I had so much love and admiration for Wilder, even though he got stopped. He put every ounce of energy into that Fury 3rd fight. Every ounce. There was nothing left. But in this fight, it's almost like he did the complete opposite. He was so concerned about gassing out, using too much energy. And he said in the post fight, he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to I'm just staying calm." I mean, you were definitely calm, bro. I mean, you were definitely calm.
You the Zen master in that fight, bro. And the worst part about it is like look, man, it just comes down to, like I said, like you said, bad strategy. It's like Malik Scott's trying to still teach him to deal with a Tyson Fury style. Like I've seen Parker fight before. Why aren't you just having Wilder? I'm watching him train. That's the annoying part. I see you doing certain things in training. Didn't see none of that. I saw the footwork and bullshit. But where's the footwork supposed to land? I kept waiting for that Brazil moment where he just steps forward and throws a jab and lands. Like I was waiting for him just to sit on his feet and just deliver the power. And then, like you said, by the time he did it in 12th round, Parker knows I just got to survive, bro. I just got to make it through this round. I've won this fight. It's like, even, you know, I heard them keep bringing up the Ortiz fight stuff. Ortiz was putting so much pressure on him that Wilder was always lining up that shot. Last shot against whoever the guy, I keep forgetting what, Hellenius. Hellenius was running full forward trying to do something. Wilder reacted with a punch. This situation, it was just like Parker wasn't even really doing enough. It just Wilder was doing so little. Like a couple jabs to the body and occasional right hand that kind of glanced against him was enough to win the rounds. It's just like, that's why I'm saying that's why it's disappointing, because I'm like, I don't even recognize who that was tonight. I don't. Right. I know that was Deontay Wilder, but who is that dude? That's not yeah, exactly. That's Dr. Sleep. Where's Bomb Squad? Where's the Bronze Bomber? We need that dude, not Dr. Put You to Sleep, because that's what he looked like. And I'm just being critical because I expect so much more. And like you said, it's like, I don't even know where to stand in this, bro. Like, we really was going to get the AJ fight, and you come out there like, it is what it is. You know, life is beautiful. It's Christmas. I'm about to head back home and open the present. It's like this is like literally, it's like you already saw Santa come down the chimney and you was like, I already got my presents. Why would I rip up the box? I'm just going to open it slowly. It's just, and you know, all of us was sitting there. Anybody that supports Wilder, we were just waiting for when's this dude gonna get pissed off and just go.
Yeah,
it was
and that's why I do the live commentary, man, because it's just unfiltered, it's unedited. You know, it's like I'm just shocked. You know, like I can't hide it in the moment. I can't hide it. It's just like, okay, round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. Like, okay, all right, okay, we're being passive. Okay, you know, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is the game plan. You know, play, you know, bull in the matador. You know, you're gonna line something up. But it came into a point where Joseph Parker finally in the 8th round realized that, well, if he's going to be this passive, then fuck it. I'm going to try to knock him out. And he almost did. And it took 8 rounds for Joseph to finally say, all right, I guess he's not going to try to knock me out. So I might as well go for it.
I heard Bill Haney in the crowd yelling, "Let your hands go."
Yeah.
Everybody in the place was thinking the same thing, like, let your hands go. And it was just his corner, like, what this shit kind of reminded me of? It's kind of like when Gotti got with Buddy McGirt, and now all of a sudden he wanted to box and use a bullshit ass jab. And it's like, nah, bro, the reason why you're fucking Gotti is because you go in there and you get with it. And if that means you get knocked out, so be it. But you can't
remember when Gotti tried to go out there and box against Mayweather?
Oh my God. Yes.
Mayweather beat the shit out of him. And he was just like, he would have been better off if he would have just stuck to his old style and just try to walk Mayweather down, Well,
if you think about it, just think about the Tyson Fury fight where the turn of the table happened in the 3rd fight. At the beginning, he was using the new Malik style. Actually, I kind of liked it, going jab to the body, but he gassed out. And the reason that fight became epic is because Fury made him turn into the Wilder monster. The Bronze Bomber had to come out to defend himself, to not let victory get taken from him. And you see what happened. I didn't even see him coming tonight. It's just like he never got summoned. He just, I don't know. He's in Tuscaloosa right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is. It's just, I was just waiting, but it just never.
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought it maybe at some point like he would get punched in the face like really hard, and then he would just wake up, be like, oh shit, and then he would unleash that Bronze Bomber like you mentioned. But it just it never really came. It kind of came a little bit in that 12th round, but it's just too little, too late type situation. And I mean, if it's a 15 rounder like back in the day, Parker was tired, maybe, but I mean, it's not 1986 anymore. It's like it's 12 rounds, bro. You've been fighting 12 rounds your whole career, and the fact that this fight even went 12 rounds is fucking mind blowing. Like, how does this fight go 12 rounds, bro? Like, it's crazy to think. Like, imagine if you betted Joseph Parker winning a unanimous decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how much money you won tonight?
Yeah,
you're like Nostradamus,
450 just for the win. So I don't know what the odds were for the man. That's like a devastating upset.
That's like a devastating upset, bro.
Yo, what up, bro? What's on your mind? None, bro. We just chopping it up, man, about the fight between what the fuck?
Yeah, it was echoing you. You were actually talking to yourself. What the hell? Come on, y'all gotta stop using that McDonald's Wi-Fi, man.
But I want to say this though. Be prepared. Be prepared. Like, people are gonna come out and attack Wilder like a motherfucker now. So
I already heard motherfuckers talking shit before, man, and I kind of got off a show, like a little thing I was coming on because I want to listen to you call the fight, and then they were already starting, and now I'm like, I was gonna go back after the AJ fight, and I'm like, man, I ain't going back over there. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm like going from like this one of the best. I was enjoying every fight tonight. The only one that was kind of slow to me was the Bivol one. The last fight I think that was going to be the most lackluster performance was this fight. There's no way in the hell. I don't even want. Look, I'll run back AJ highlights later because I really don't even fucking care about that fight. I'm just not. Yeah, not no hater shit, but it's just defeating, man.
I'm chopping it up with you right now, but I mean, I'm watching it right now. I mean, Josh was coming out aggressive. Like, to be honest with you, he's
he watched that Wilder fight,
and he was like, I mean, basically by Wilder losing that fight, it took a lot of pressure off of him. To be honest, a lot of pressure off of him. So now he's, maybe that makes him more aggressive, a bit more, taking more of a risk.
Well, now he can go with the original game plan. He can win this fight tonight. He can then fight Hergovich for that IBF title if it gets stripped. And he has no reason not to. Wilder, not only by losing, he basically eliminated. Now you like you said, here comes the dudes. Oh, we always told you, and now blah blah blah. He wasn't shit, and that. So now you just legit. Like I don't understand. Like I said, I like Malik Scott. I think he's cool and all, but I seen Malik Scott fight, and I seen how you got knocked out by Wilder. It's like,
yes.
Do you not know who? If you had a right hand like Wilder, I promise you wouldn't fought like the way you fought when you were a professional. Yep. And it's like you got what's the name, Goosen, or who are that other guys in this? Look, we can say we want about Breland not teaching him defensively, but Breland knew what he had, and he allowed him to load the payload every fight. And maybe he made a decision that Wilder didn't agree with, and he had to get him up out of there. But there was a lot of other trainers that I felt like just would have been, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna live or die by the sword, what's the point of having a sword if you don't never take it out the fucking sheath, man? That shit's annoying. That was bad. Like, and then the 12th round, it's like, bro, like there's no 8 rounds. After 6 rounds, it's clear and obvious you're losing a round. And then, like I said, they kept not showing his corner. So I was like, what the fuck are they saying? Is somebody conveying to him, this ain't Luis Ortiz, bro? You ain't that Wilder. Like, this is a whole nother game plan. And it just.
And the bad thing is that Wilder and Malik are so close. You know what I'm saying? And they're like brothers basically. And I just don't see him parting ways with Malik Scott, to be honest with you, at this point. And it just like when that final bell rang and he's like putting his hand up, and I'm like, bro, like seriously? I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's just. It's like, did Malik really get in your head that much and tell you that, oh, if you move around and don't get hit, then you win? No, like you got to land punches to win. But you're right though. You're right though. That's exactly how Malik Scott fought when he was a professional.
Yep.
On the back foot, back to the ropes, moving around, jab and shit like that. And I'm not trying to knock that, but the point I was making earlier is that this is heavyweight division, bro. Like if you're gonna box like fucking Cassius Clay, or Larry Holmes, then you gotta be effective with your defensive style.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just like in the lower weight classes. I mean, think about Mayweather when he became like later in his career, like. He punched way less as a welterweight than he did as a lightweight. Way less. But every punch he landed, every punch he threw damn near landed. Mm-hmm. He was so efficient with his punches. And he can stand in the pocket. See, that's the thing, is that if you're an aging fighter, him moving like that. Well, I mean, at 38 years old, I mean, I guess if that's a feather in your cap that you're able to move like that. Oh shit, Wallin about to get knocked the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, I seen it.
His nose bleeding and shit. Like, it's like Josh.
He not presenting no resistance.
Joshua seizing the moment right now.
He done gassed him up now. It's a wrap. Look, man, his demon just got exercised. Right.
Hey, check it out, bro. Check it out. Miller was talking mad shit, bro, and he got knocked out. Wilder was pretty much talking shit too, to be honest with you. He just lost. So Josh was like, fuck all you motherfuckers. Fuck all of you, bro. I'm gonna knock this dude out. Hey, it is what it is, bro. Shit. Like,
hey man, it's a fight. Look, man, this ain't I've had some devastating sports moments. This doesn't rank in my top grouping. It's bad for me. Tyson getting knocked out. I remember that as a kid. Horrible. The Seahawks throwing a fucking pass at the 1 yard line, have to eat that for a long time. This ain't even on that. I guess it's just more disappointing because if I would have just seen him go, like, I would have rather seen him get knocked out. I could have accepted that more than just flutter bug into a defeat. And it's just like you said, like him and Malik, but it's like, I don't want to do this because I don't think Wilder's that type of guy, but I'm like, has he gotten to the point where his ear doesn't, like, he don't hear nothing, the noise he don't hear nothing else anymore? Because I remember watching Malik when him training with Malik, and Malik was throw the jab out there and hold it, and he was doing that, and I was like, I'm sitting there expecting to fight. There's no jab. There's no jab. Like, what are we doing? Like, you trying to teach? Like, do you know this ain't? I don't even know what type of fighter fights like that. What the fuck he was doing? There's no offense. I at least thought there'd be some body work or something. There was no jab. It was nothing.
Oh, no body work whatsoever. Zero.
Like,
no
really,
body work.
I think he actually looks worse than the Tyson. His problem in the Tyson Fury fight was the weight. He actually looked the game plan with the jab to the initial trying to dominate. He threw a lot of jabs in that first round. What was he doing? Where at what point in time you train with Malik and Malik not understanding where's the punches at? I don't see you ducking under shots. I'm inspecting all this stuff. I just see you dancing, and it was like a sparring session, bro. Like, it was like watching somebody fucking spar and they're working on their footwork. Now, I can put that to him being rusty, but at the same time, like, but at some time, I'm thinking the rush shook off after the fourth round. It's just the game plan didn't shake off.
Yeah. 100%. And anybody, that's why I'm not going to accept anybody coming out and saying that he's washed up and this and that. Like, I'm not accepting that because it was way more of a game plan discrepancy than it was like him being washed up. Washed up is like he was getting beat up the whole fight. He couldn't, like, you can't move, you can't defend yourself. Those are signs of being washed up. And I don't believe that. I believe that the game plan was just completely off base. Like almost living in a fucking fairy tale. That's what I felt like. They're living in a fairy tale. Like, I'm just going to move around and paw out with the jab, and then, maybe the right hand will come, maybe it won't. And another thing, bro, is that Wilder actually, if you look back at his career, he's a fast starter.
Yeah.
Like, Wilder, he don't fuck around. He comes out there, 30 seconds in, he's like, jab, jab, boom. Jab, jab, boom. Right hand. He's like, get out of the way of this. Here it comes. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, he's always been like that. Tonight was the first time ever where I've seen him not let his hands go. And it was just absolutely, like, mind-blowing. I don't know any other word to describe it.
Of all the ways we would have thought that he would have lost, that did not come into the mind at all. I thought he's going to look rusty. I did not expect him to be doing this. Like I said, it's like a lack of understanding. And this is a lot of things that I've been noticing about some boxers nowadays and their trainers. It's a lack of understanding and not seeing what your fighter's strengths are. Okay, if you're trying to improve Wilder's defense, his issue is not his foot movement. He's very fast going forward. He's very fast even going backwards to an extent. But they're heavy steps. Look at the first Stavern fight. Even the old boy that he knocked out from Poland. Like, he can fight on the back, but not all that stepping like that. So if you want to improve that defense, have him have a little bit more head movement, not pull straight back, pull back into an angle, or put his hands up. That's literally like, I don't understand this footwork defense, that bullshit they had to do. Whoever trains Devin Haney could have trained him better to fight this fight. That's how bad it looked to me. It's just like, it was. I mean, like I said, like, it's like I said, like, unfortunately, I don't know if he even has anybody around him and be like, bro, I know Malik's your boy, but whatever you need, like you said, he need to go in a room by himself on the big screen at his house in Tuscaloosa and watch this fight again. And when he sees that man and he says to himself, who the fuck is that guy? Because that's what he's going to have to be thinking. Because that's throw that Dr. Sleep name away. I hate it. It's stupid. Go back to the Bronze Bomber. I mean, fuck. Doctor put you to sleep. You right. You put us to sleep, homie. And I, like you said, I'm the biggest Wilder advocate. I rocks with Wilder, but I gotta call a spade, bro, because sometimes some dudes be tough love, man. And that shit ain't getting it because, like you said, he ain't washed. He's still in great shape. He actually looked good for a 38-year-old fighter. It's like, wait a minute, this guy still got some.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm thinking he's gonna get tired out. Never got tired.
Nope.
Fully ready to go. It just he never threw no punches. So it's like, are we aware that you fighting a guy that is easily probably top 10 right now, maybe even top 5? I'm not top 5, but at least top 10. Fight you like this is a legit challenge. You probably have the hardest challenge on the card. They didn't line you up with some dude like fucking what's the name guy? You got the toughest fighter on. Like Wallin's only known for giving Fury a bloody eye, and what has he done from this since then? No championships, nothing. So you got the toughest fight of the night. Bottom line, guy's only been stopped once, who did well against Joshua, who probably, if it was on neutral ground, could have got a draw, maybe a possible win. Yep. You got the toughest fight of the night, and it's like, does anybody realize that? Don't tell me about what Parker did. Yes, Parker did duck you back in the day. I'll give you that. But this is 2023, bro. Like, I just don't understand it, man. Like, there's certain changes I see. It's just not. If you're not hungry, you don't want to fight no more. It's cool, bro. Go hang it up. Like that's just all it seemed like to me. I just saw a guy that was just not happy. He's not that type of dude, but I just did not see no effort. I just, like you said, he was content. He's like, man,
that's the key word. That's the key word, content. Like, yeah, I'm moving. I'm good. I'm not getting knocked out. Like, I got hit with a couple big shots, but I'm good. Like, we're gonna make it out of here. It's like a lot of pride. Oh, goddamn. Oh, Wallin just took a big left hook. Joshua not fucking around, bro.
Wallin's
Joshua not fucking around.
Oh, yep.
Oh, be prepared, man. If Joshua knocks this guy out, he's gonna get on that mic again. Joshua gonna get on that mic.
You gonna talk hella shit because both of the Americans got put away today, and you don't got to worry about none of them.
Joshua about to have a whole soliloquy, bro. He's got to have a monologue in this bitch again. Oh my god, this shit! I can't wait. Oh man, yeah, man. But my man Gnarly Ray said in the comments, stay off that ayahuasca too. I can't believe Wilder said that shit. He's like, man, I'm chilling at home on ayahuasca journeys and shit. For anybody, FYI, that doesn't know about ayahuasca, that's like one of the most powerful, like, psychedelic drugs that you can possibly take. It is like so powerful that people literally have like convulsions, like they throw up, they vomit, they get diarrhea. Like, it's fucking crazy. I've known people that have taken ayahuasca and they will like flat out tell you, like, you literally leave your body. Like, you go on a whole fucking different journey. You're on Jupiter, you're on Mars, you're like talking to entities, like you're in the Milky Way, like crazy shit. I'm not even playing. It's like 10 times powerful than like smoking a joint, and we all know that, THC has some psychedelic effects.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, like I'm kind of like, I'm not a drug person or nothing like that, but they stopped the fight.
Yeah, they stopped it.
Yeah.
See, I knew Joshua, it was all bad when
Joshua did his part.
Yeah,
Joshua did his part, man.
I knew it was all bad when I saw Keith Thurman in Tuscaloosa. I'm like, oh shit, he got that shit. That Alawa. That wild as hell. Keith Thurman was over there.
I mean, this is some shit, bro. This is some shit where we're talking about like ancient Egyptian shit. You guys want to talk about conversations on how the pyramids were built? Yeah. Like ayahuasca, bro. Like, this shit is no fucking joke. And it changes people, bro. One of my boys out here like went on a whole spiritual journey, PTSD, and like was trying to find something to find, and in a way it did help him, and he's a much better person now, peaceful person. but it makes you really fucking like too much like love and light and tranquility and prosperity, and like almost too much to the point where like you become lazy, complacent, you don't have that drive, that energy anymore. And well, not energy, but just that drive, that ambition, that competitiveness. And imagine if you're a boxer, bro. I'm telling people right now, on a spiritual level, and I'm a very spiritual person. On a spiritual level, I'm happy for Wilder that he was able to take a journey, because to be honest with you, we don't really fully understand the darkness that he entered after the Fury trilogies.
Mhm.
He was in an extremely dark place. We don't even know the full extent of it. Like, rewind the tape and dig back into your memory after the second fight, when he's sitting on a table or some shit in the dressing room, and his ear was bleeding, and he was just totally distraught. His wife came in there, was trying to embrace him. Like, he wasn't even embracing his wife, bro. Like, he was fucked up. And then that led into that third fight, and he was just so fixated on revenge. He ballooned up to 240 pounds, and he was just like, it was like the dark side. It was the Darth Vader of Anakin Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a different fucking person. And then he loses again in the third fight. And he was, bro, I'm telling you right now, he was in a cave. He was in a dark cave by himself. So on a spiritual level, I'm glad that he was able to get out of that, because a lot of boxers don't. A lot of boxers don't. You take a couple L's like that, they never recover. Mike Tyson is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
So he was able to recover and become more of a fruitful, peaceful person, and embrace his family. Like, I'm all for that, 100%, because I know how it is. I'm ex-military. I've had PTSD. Like, I get it, but at the same time, you got to look yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to recover and become peaceful and loving, then another thing to lace up gloves again and assume that you're going to go in there and try to like hurt somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like being a knight on the Crusades. Like, I'm going to go to the Holy Land with my big ass fucking broadsword. And I'm going to try to save people from the Holy Land because I'm on this spiritual journey. But then you're facing people that want to fucking kill you because you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're facing fucking Jews and Arabs that want to fucking kill you. And then you don't know what to do but just, try to defend yourself or whatever and try to survive. It's just counterproductive. Like, I don't think anybody here that is a Wilder supporter, if he came out, even after the Hellenius fight, and was like, look, guys, this is it. I'm done. I've done what I needed to do in the sport. Everybody would have supported that 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, he convinced me that I'm coming back, and this is another chapter, and I'm gonna go for Undisputed, and I got Joshua on my sights, I got Usyk, I got this, I got that. Like, he convinced everybody, and maybe a part of himself he was convinced too. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. I'm sure if we have someone here like Tay, who's really close to Wilder. I saw Tay comment on Champside's Instagram, because Champside posted that he was really disappointed as well. And I saw Tay's comment. He was like, "Oh, it just wasn't our night, but we'll be bigger and better next fight." So I try to give someone like Tay credit because, to be fair, like, he knows Wilder personally, and maybe they just chalk it up to like, "Oh yeah, like it just wasn't our night, and we'll be better." I mean, I don't know, King. I don't know, King of Kings. Like, I don't know. Like, I hope I'm able to get maybe Tay on the panel soon, and like we can chop it up about it. But I don't see it, bro. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it.
I hope that's just wishful thinking or something, because here's the conundrum that's created by this situation. Where do you go from here? You just now messed up because he was ranked like number 1, 2 different sanctioning bodies. You got a Joshua fight in March. All y'all got to do is get this done. It's not. This isn't a not our night situation. This isn't where you felt like, okay, you brought your best, and this guy brought his best, and this other guy, he just bested you. That's all it is to it. It's sort of like even the Earl Spence Crawford situation. At the end of that, the reason why there's some people holding out hope because a part of people really realized. I feel like I did not see the best version of Spence coming to that fight. Like, I feel like this motherfucker, I don't know what that was. Like, even there was points like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he not turning out the jet? Then you want to maybe chalk it up. Maybe it's this fire. Like, no. The Not Our Night is the last Fury fight where you brought everything you could to bear and you still got defeated. Now, to be honest, any other night or any other guy with those same shots, you probably put him to bed, he goes home. Not Our Night, it just means like maybe, no, bro, Not Our Night, you didn't even show up. You were here. I saw somebody in the ring, but at what point in time did you not understand that in a fight, you have to land put? When you have people else, everybody in the arena knew what they were seeing. The only people that seem like they're in some kind of bubble is Wilder in his corner and stuff. Because everybody was fully aware, where is the hands? Where live up to the reputation. They always claiming you wild, which we all know that's bullshit. He only gets like that when he hurts people. But where is any of the desperation that comes from the fact that you refuse to lose? That's why your right hand landed. That's why your right hand was so devastating. It's not just because it's just a hard punch that you throw. It's because your intent was, I motherfucking refuse to lose. I don't give a damn how good a boxer he is. I don't care, Luis Ortiz. I could lose all 8 rounds in a row. I'm still putting your ass to sleep because I refuse to lose. I did not see that tonight. It was like he was just, well, it was no refusal. It was just, hey, I'm here. This is a big stage. Shouts out to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? My outfit looks good. I'm doing good work. Okay, me and Malik been working on this stuff. Oh, Parker looked like he's doing good work. He's been trained. Okay, that's what's up. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, bro, this ain't a fucking hippie festival. This ain't Woodstock, motherfucker. Like, goddamn. This a fight. Yeah. And everybody in the crowd, you could hear the ovation. Everybody, regardless of what they feel about AJ or whatever, I didn't pay attention to his intro, but everybody was happy to see Wilder. Everybody's excited. He's talked the game. You're going to put him to sleep. You can't even tell me you're waiting for one shot because I've never seen you throw it until maybe the 12th round. And even then I could see, if this motherfucker had started this like 5 rounds around, he knocks out Parker in the 10th round. Because he was just, like you said, punching straight through the guard. It's just like, why am I not understanding that I'm not a boxing coach. Malik, whatever, y'all coaches, you do this shit, whatever. But bro, I know full well that that's his guard, that he puts up a fucking high guard with kind of like a peekaboo kind of shit. A straight left and right hand is tailor-made to put this guy to sleep. Like, did y'all watch any film on Parker before this fight? I didn't see nothing new from Parker except for he's in shape and he's confident. That's the same way I've been seeing this dude fight since I've been watching him. And I always thought that because Wilder was aggressive on the front foot with a jab and a straight right hand, he could put this guy to sleep, but he didn't fight him like that at all. And it's this, like I said, I'm not trying to be frustrated because he's still my guy, but it's just like, bro, I really don't even want to hear it's not my night. I really want to just hear you're going to retire or they're going to drop you into a pit somewhere where you have to figure a way to crawl your ass out and get that hunger back, because right now it's not there. Like, you're just happy. It's really, you should be a promoter or something because you're just happy to be at the event or traveling, or like you said, he about to go home. Like I said, he about to go home and open some presents. I don't even think it bothered him that he lost. I'm not probably being objective on that, but it just feel like where's the like, fuck, nah, this dude, like, it wasn't even like no irritation with I lost tonight. It's just like,
he thought he won.
That shit, whatever he's doing,
that's the crazy thing.
And it's fucking up his perception of reality because, bro, I've seen fighters think they win before, and I was like, I can kind of see there's no point in that fight where you could have thought you won, bro. I don't like, was your corner telling you that? Oh, you're up big. Just keep on focusing. Like, what? If they tell you that, then you really fucked up. So I don't know. I don't know how he thought he was. Like you said, when he put his hands up, I thought that was. I was like, this dude didn't trip. Like, does he not know you just got your ass whooped? And not like your ass whooped like that, but you just got in bed.
He just lost.
Yeah, you just lost, bro. You didn't win. Like, literally, this goes down until you almost basically lost every round in a fight against a guy that you say was scared of you, that he's less confident. But evidently, he's still hungry because he's still out here got shit to do. He got a new baby on the way. You know, even that part when he was having the interaction, he was talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, hey Joseph, yeah, you gonna have 4 girls like me?" And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, what the?
Yeah, this ain't.
If it wasn't for big, look, we needed to install Big Baby's attitude into Wilder, and we would have had a knockout tonight. Because I don't know who this guy defend. Like, man, this guy like he's thinking like, hey, Joseph Parker, we'll meet up in Australia. The kids can play together. Like, it's like, are you playing in a fucking play date or a fight, bro? What are you doing?
This shit crazy. And look at Eddie Hearn, man. He out here grinning now.
Yeah.
He grinning. He's thinking to himself, fuck all the haters, fuck Wilder, fuck all you motherfuckers. Oh my God. The turn of events of this shit is crazy, bro. This shit's wild, bro. I mean, the one guy that you don't want to prove right is Eddie Hearn. With all the bullshit that he's been pulling all these years, not putting these big fights together. And I blame a lot of this on Eddie Hearn, bro. Because now we're dealing with a 38-year-old Wilder, you know, that he's been in wars, he's done a lot in the sport, that doesn't have the same, you know, ferocity and determination that he once had. I mean, or at least that's what it seems like right now. And we've been waiting for this fucking Wilder AJ fight for years, bro. And it played out in his favor. Because the moment that it could have happened, it's too late. It's like he aged Wilder out, kind of, you know, and not saying that I feel like Wilder is washed up, but in a way, he aged him out, waiting for the right moment for Wilder to possibly lose, and then he can say, well, it's not my fault. I was willing to make it happen. It's crazy.
I see a similar situation like with like I was talking about Bivol and Beterbiev, and then I watched Beterbiev after his last fight, and he's like, well, we need to get this done now. I mean, he's like, I got a family, and like you could hear, you could see the hunger draining and the priorities changing. Aging out may not necessarily be, oh, he's just old and over the hill. It's just they've gotten to a place where they're not hungry no more. I've won fights. I've been in wars. I've lost some. I won some. I made money. I built the dream house. My kids are happy. Now it's like my priorities aren't the same. My hunger is not the same. It's different than you fighting some dude, like you said, the Tyson, like fighting some dude who's like, he's walking around in a fucking towel and some no socks in his shoe because I ain't got shit and I'm about to go get it. You know what I mean? That's now I'm a millionaire. I got the crazy wife. I've been to jail. I've done this and that. Like all those fights that I see, like even with Tyson, when he lost to those guys later in his career, I don't even count that shit. Like, bro, like you can say what you want, but Vander, I seen you get knocked out by a Tyson clone, bro. But when you fought Tyson, this is after you've been to jail and all this bullshit. I saw Tyson get knocked out overseas because they couldn't keep him over here because his fights were ending so early. So that's not you guys are taking credit off beating a dude that clearly is not the maximum version of somebody. And that's what they're doing. They're just trying to see a little bit of teeter off, and that teeter off could be physical. It could be through losses, or it could be the mentality. And with Wilder tonight, I just think it was the mentality. It's just not hungry no more. It's just clear, man. He's just chilling.
And it's crazy, man. I can tell that people are like really disappointed right now, really upset. Like people are not even going into live streams right now. Like people are just like completely beside themselves. Unfortunately, though, however, this is the calm before the storm. The storm is coming tomorrow. The storm is coming, man. All of these channels that have never really liked Wilder to begin with, they're coming with full force, bro. And the channels that, have always supported Wilder. How are they going to approach this situation? You get it. I mean, I don't know, man. We're gonna see what 78 has to say. We'll see what BFTB has to say. But honestly, like, the performance tonight is just hard to defend. You can't defend it. There's no defending it, bro, in my opinion. I mean, if you come out and say, like, oh, we tried this, but it didn't work, and Wilder thought he was doing well, but I get, it's like, what do you say, bro? Like, you can say it wasn't his night. Okay. All right. It wasn't his night. But I mean, that's about it. You can't really make excuses. There's nothing to excuse. Now, obviously, if people come out and start shitting on Wilder, like his whole career ain't shit, then that's like something different. But that's what people do. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, people have short-term memory. They only remember you from your last performance. They forget what you've done. And to your point about Mike Tyson, is that if you remember his last, I don't know, 4 or 5 fights, like, people were fucking shitting on Mike Tyson like crazy. He was good once, but he's not an all-time great. He's not this, he's not that. He's a drug addict. He's this, and this. And then it's not until now the man's in his 50s. He's got his own podcast going, and now people are loving Mike Tyson again. But there was this long period of time where, Tyson got overweight, he was depressed, he was taking all kinds of drugs and shit. I think it's like his daughter died too, right? Like, one of his kids died, I think. I don't remember the story, but like, I remember there was some type of death in his family. He was in a bad place, bro. And, I don't want to see that happen to Wilder, man. So if it's peace and tranquility and ayahuasca, like, fuck it. Do what you need to do, man, to stay positive. But at the same time, like, take a deep look into yourself. Take a real deep look into yourself. Watch the fight. Be critical of yourself. Watch it alone. You got to watch it alone. No friends, no family, no Malik Scott, nobody. Watch that fight alone. Like, are you proud of that performance? Like, honestly. And if you come back and you say, yeah, I'm proud of myself, I think I did a fantastic job, then we got a problem. If you think that was a fantastic performance. Because everybody, including all the people that love you dearly, knows that that's not the best Deontay Wilder, not even close. So you're living in your own world. Literally. You're living in a whole nother world all by yourself. If you don't self-critique and criticize yourself for that performance. Now, hopefully, in the coming weeks, he'll come out in the media and say, yeah, I watched the fight and I could have done a lot better. I thought I did better than what I actually did when I rewatched it, and it wasn't that great, and I need to do better, and I will be better. Then 100% I'm going to come out and support him and be like, yeah, like, we still got you. We still got your back, bro. Like, 100%. But we need to hear that, right? Like, I'm worried. I'm honestly worried, bro. If he comes back later and was like, yeah, I thought I did great. I thought I won the fight. I'm worried, bro, if he says that. Because this is not a friendly sport. This is not a loving sport. There are people that would love to take your fucking head off just because you're Deontay Wilder. Just because of that. Because you're the guy that used to knock people out. And because you're living in this, like, kind of fantasy land, you are a prime target for some young, hungry heavyweight that will just try to want to just take your head off just to have your name on his resume. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. That is not cool. And I don't know what kind of, like, words that Malik Scott is whispering in this man's ear, bro. Like, seriously. What are you saying to him in the locker room, like, right now, as he's showering up, he's about to go and celebrate his daughter's birthday, whatever, and he's feeling good about himself? Like, what are you saying to this man? Like honestly, because if he's saying like, "Hey man, I'm proud of you. You did fantastic tonight. Don't worry about it. Like, the judges had it fucked up. Like, you did exactly what we wanted to do. You did great." Like, I'm like, no. But I don't know. I'm worried because like honestly, like there's a high possibility that that's exactly what Malik is telling him, bro. That's exactly what he's telling him right now. And
Yeah.
because they're so and because they're so close, Wilder believes it. And that's dangerous. That is dangerous.
Yeah, sitting there telling him, "You look good, man. The footwork was on point. Hey, if you're just a little bit busier with it, like that's why I'm saying, even watching that tape back with him, he'd be like, yeah, I like how you was moving. No, bro, you need to look at that shit by yourself. You need to exercise some like that shit, and don't be this out of what like. Why we like, bro? Like you said, this is dude like somebody talking about. I don't understand this fucking ayahuasca shit or whatever, man. But bro, that's like he's just sitting here. Like you said, he like Malik Scott's like a pat on the back type of dude because he was a pat on his own back type of dude. Like there's the mentality is completely different. Let me say, like it's a survivor mentality against a dude with a sword. Like their matchup is an example of the two different mentalities. One guy happy just I'm in here, I'm gonna take the hit, and another guy is I'm trying to deliver the hit. Now this guy, your vanquished foe, is trying to teach you how to fight. Imagine that. We're the Roman army, and we got fucking some small little province teaching our soldiers how to fight now. That would sound ridiculous, and that's what's going on. Yes, I understand you guys are pals and all, but maybe there should be some level of you not being friends because we've seen fighters have trainers that are more friendly or whatever. Maybe you need somebody that's going to get in your ass because I don't never see Malik, and maybe they do it off screen, but I never see him get in it. Like, I just don't like it, man. And like you said, I hope he ain't back there. You don't get no pats on the back, bro. You need to. I hope you got. Maybe it's his brother to be the one. Be like, yo, Deontay, what the fuck was you doing? Like I hope there's somebody in circle that tells him that was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, two things on that. First thing is, for people that don't know, I mean, this is what I do for a living. I'm a coach, I'm a trainer, I'm a motivator. I change people's lives. I've been doing it for more than a decade. And I got people coming to me overweight, unhealthy, low self-esteem, no fucking confidence. They don't have sex anymore with their wives or their husbands, like deep, dark shit. And I'm the type of person that I get in their ass, bro. I'm like, yo, wake the fuck up. Dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to live like this? You trying to be miserable, or are you trying to be successful? Like, are you trying to live a fruitful life, or a fucking stale, demeaning, and sorrowful life? Like, what the fuck do you want to do? And when you look at somebody in the eyes and you say that, they're like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And you're like, well, let's fucking go. Like, I don't care if you're 10 pounds overweight or 150 pounds overweight. And then on an athletic standpoint, same kind of thing. Like, I work with athletes as well. And you take an L and you're soaking, and I work with athletes and they lose. And I tell them, like, look, go in the shower, tears down the drain, let out your emotions. It's all good shit. Let it out. But you come back tomorrow, we get back to work. We refocus, redesign, and we ain't playing around here. Well, we're fucking warriors out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Deontay needs. And to kind of give an example, the second thing is, the example is like right now, like I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. The Phoenix Suns right now are playing like dog shit. Like, how the fuck are you going to have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker? I don't give a fuck if Bill's hurt or not. You got two of the biggest scorers in the league on your team, and you're losing to the fucking Portland Trailblazers. You're squeaking out a victory against the Wizards. Like, and then the thing is that, you got a coach like Frank Vogel who's trying to be their buddy. Fuck that shit. Do you think Phil Jackson was Kobe Bryant's buddy? Michael Jordan's buddy? Shaq's buddy? No. This guy is a multiple-time champion for a reason, because he told his players what it is. Y'all out here bullshitting around. You know, you want to fuck around and miss free throws? Guess what? Tomorrow at practice, we're all hitting 500 free throws before we go home. You know, you want to fuck around and not play defense? Guess what we're doing? We're doing defensive drills all day long in a defensive stance until your quads blow up and you can't walk tomorrow type of shit. Right? I'm not just saying this. Like, people have now spoken out about the type of shit that Phil Jackson used to do. And that's why he made championship teams dynasties with the Lakers and the Bulls, right? But at the end of the day, all of his players respected him, you know, for what he was able to help provide, you know, for the team, and they did it together. And so, I mean, I've like been advocating, like, someone needs to step up in the locker room. If it ain't Booker, it ain't Durant, like somebody needs to step up and be like, yo, what the fuck are we doing here? Because we might as well just throw in the towel right now. We're all millionaires. We don't give a fuck no more. We're just gonna show up and get paid and go home. Like, is that what we do? At the end of the day, you're a professional. You made it to this point in your career because of what happened to that drive and determination that brought you to this point. You're in the NBA, or you're a professional boxer, you're in the NFL. Like, what happened to that? People can say whatever they want to say about someone like Tom Brady. He's the GOAT, he's not the GOAT, this and that. He was given a fantastic offensive line. He had Belichick, like all these different excuses. In my opinion, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, by the way, but I recognize what it is. Tom Brady is a killer, bro. Like, he don't fuck around, dude. Tom Brady, every time he steps onto the field, into the man was 40 years old plus. He's a winner. And it goes back to that Mayweather mentality, the same shit, right? But a lot of that is the people that you have around you. And I'm that way. I've been an athlete my whole entire life. I still compete in different, you know, fitness events and stuff like that. I'm an introvert. So for me, it's not really that difficult because I'm like just by myself all the time, and I'm like self-evaluating and meditating, and I'm like so critical of myself. I watch videos of myself. I'm like, that's shit. That's too shit. That's fucking terrible. And but that's how I am. But not everybody's like that. Some people like to be around positive energy all the time and, you know, be told that they're great and this and that to kind of boost the ego, boost the pride, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying Deontay is that, like, entirely, but from what I have noticed lately is that he has a lot of people around him that just doesn't matter how well he performs or how disappointing he performs. You're great. You're amazing. It doesn't matter. Which at 38 years old, it's not the end of the world, because yes, you have accomplished a lot in the sport. It becomes a fine line between how critical are you of a 38-year-old who has done so much in the sport. But if you're saying that you still want it, and what's your goal? Like, to be undisputed again? Then guess what? We still need to be critical then. We still need to tell her how it is. You need somebody to tell you, like, yo, like what was that? That's not Deontay Wilder. That's not the Bronze Bomber. That's not who we know. Like, fuck being 38 years old. You're telling me that you still want it. You still got it. So, like, where is it? Because I didn't see it. That's what he needs. So this is what, like, I wanted to put in perspective for people to think about. And for me, it's like, I live and breathe that. I mean, like, you know, fitness and athletic. It's my life. It's the only thing that I know. So I guarantee you, watching Wilder tonight, that's not Deontay Wilder, man. That is not Deontay Wilder, bro. And right now, until somebody else is willing to come in here and say, nah, Divine, you got it all wrong, that is my stance. 100%. I stand firm on that shit until someone wants to challenge me. That was not Deontay Wilder tonight. Deontay Wilder that we remember was somewhere else. He was there fit, like King of Kings said. He was there physically. He had the heart, he had the toughness to survive the fight, to I don't know, but I mean, yeah, physically he was there, mentally maybe halfway there, but spiritually he wasn't there. And Wilder's a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual person. I believe that spirituality plays a huge role in your success and the things that you do in life, whether it's at work or in combat. Spirituality goes a long way because spirituality, having the confidence in that spirituality, brings success and confidence. Confidence breathes success. And I just didn't see that. It's tonight it was absent. And so, like I said, until someone else comes in here and challenges me on that, then that's my stance. But yeah, Joshua, I see people coming in here talking about Joshua. Yeah, like Joshua, I mean, he put on a good performance. I mean, what can you say? But a lot of pressure was taken off of him, though. A lot of pressure was taken off of him. Miller lost, Wilder lost. And so for him, he was like, well, I can really go out there and like try to knock this guy out, because if Wallin knocks me out for whatever reason, or if I lose, then I'm not the only one that lost tonight. You know what I'm saying? So he lost. I mean, he was put in a pretty comfortable position to go out there and try to beat up on Otto Wallin. He did exactly that. So how the tides have changed and how the tables have turned so remarkably so, I'm astounded. But that's the way that life works sometimes. And so, you know, and I see you, Tim. I feel you, bro. But like, look, I'll put it to you this way. I went live a couple of times, and a lot of people were saying they thought that Otto Wallin was going to win. I'm just being straight up with you, bro. A lot of people thought that Otto Wallin was going to win that fight. Everyone, including myself, wasn't sure about, you know, Joshua's mental capacity walking into this fight. So, I mean, you can call it journeyman if you want. You can call it tomato can, this, that, or whatever. Originally, I would probably agree with you, Tim. But to be honest with you, like, I wasn't 100% confident that Joshua was going to win this fight. He went in there and beat his ass up, and fucking the dude quit. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due, man.
You think the complexion of the fight would have been different if Wilder had went out there and smoked Parker in like the second round, but we'll never know, because Wallin's not, he's a viable, I wouldn't say Wallin's a journeyman. That's some bullshit. He's probably fringe level contender, because he hasn't fought for a title, so, you know, but so contender level guy. He's solid, not a lot of power, good boxer, but I think maybe, like I said, maybe the pressure came off, or maybe the persona that Joshua presented for the last couple of weeks actually fucking showed up, and he got the shit done. Truth be told, I would have took Joshua's mentality over what I saw from Wilder, because there's this understanding of this, like, it was all business. There was some kind of little nastiness in there, and so we can't sit there like, it's always, this is why boxers don't take fights, and this is why people shit on boxing, because every time somebody wants to lose, or somebody did, like, look, let's stop saying, let's size everybody up, be objective. AJ fan, Wilder fan, whatever, be objective, size the guys up. Like I said, Parker was the toughest fight, or, you know, he's a tougher fight than fucking Wallin is right now, but AJ's already defeated Parker, so we got Wallin coming in. Like I said, and there was some hope that people thought maybe he could outbox him because he's a southpaw. You know, they're trying to simulate the Usyk, even though the styles are completely different. Only similarity is he's a southpaw. He is a smaller guy, which AJ doesn't really like fucking dealing with. You know, he prefers the big guys. So that I can see some possibilities. But AJ just went there and beat his ass and sent him home with his smile. And that's what you do on the stage. I can't sit here and hate on AJ taking care of fucking business like he's supposed to, regardless of what the reason was. He did what he needed to do. My guy's the one that didn't take care of business, so I have to eat that and hold that L. So we're not going to second guess, start talking about Wallin's garbage. Like, this is what happens this is why you guys don't get the fights you want to see. Regis loses. Oh, he was never that good. Like, cut the shit out. If it the same mentality, the same thing you had when you went into the fight is the same reality what happens after. I picked Spence in the fight, even though I knew he had inactivity, I knew he had a bad lifestyle, but I still thought that was enough for him to lose. And he got in there and got his ass whipped. I had to hold the L. I didn't come out later like, well, you know, Spence was in that car crash and he had this. Like, no, if whatever you went into the fight with, that mentality, keep that same energy after the person loses, because that's why you get shit fights, because you guys don't give people their props. Sometimes dudes get fucking mobbed. This is boxing. Like some dudes get washed and you like, damn, I didn't expect that to happen. And sometimes dudes get upset, and that's just the fight game. That's why boxing's enjoyable. You never know what the fuck gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this is why we have to continue to give flowers to the all-time greats, man. You know, like, God damn, I mean, bro, like you talk about the Spence and Crawford shit. I mean, God, like the amount of turmoil and chaos and just hate and verbal violence that was online for months, bro. For months. And at the end of the day, Crawford went in there and beat that ass. Like, what can you say? And I'm a huge Spence fan. And I was going for Spence. And I commentated live on that fight. And it wasn't even a close fight. It was worse than tonight, by the way. Crawford and Spence was worse than what we saw tonight with Wilder.
80 times worse.
It was way worse, just because of like all of the shit that was said beforehand. You know, like all of the animosity between both sides, and Crawford ain't shit and Spence ain't shit and this and that, and motherfuckers were damn near ready to kill each other over that fight. And you know, it wasn't even like a Tommy Hearns Hagler situation where they both like got in their licks and then one guy got the best of the other. I mean, no. I mean, it was a beatdown. And it took weeks for some people to come back on the microphone, those who make content, to be like, oh, well, you know, maybe he was weight drained. And they started talking about the weight, and they talk about how he wasn't ready, and talk about, like, I don't know, I heard other shit, man. But like, to me, there was a clear discrepancy in skill. And for me, I never really, maybe I should make another live stream about this, because I haven't talked post-fight much about this because I haven't been active. But I never doubted Crawford, really. I always known he was a phenomenal fighter. It was just, I just thought Spence just had a little bit extra tangibles to win. And sometimes you're wrong, you know? Sometimes you're wrong. And like you said, King of Kings, like, this is boxing, bro. Like, there's only a couple fighters in history that you can put a finger on and say, you know, you can put your money up and, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed a victory. There's literally only a couple fighters in the history of the sport that you can do that with. Other than that, anybody can take an L at any given moment. I mean, who would have thought that Kambosos would have fucking did what he did against what's his name?
Teofimo.
Teofimo. Who would have thought that?
16-1 favorite, Teofimo Lopez.
Right, 16-1 favorite, exactly. So, who would have thought that Buster Douglas would have did what he did against Tyson? You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, maybe if Tyson wasn't out there drinking tequila and having, you know, Japanese orgies, he probably would have knocked out Buster Douglas in 2 rounds. Yeah. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. That is why discipline and focus and game plan, every single little small detail matters in this sport. Every single detail. How you prepare, how you eat, how you sleep, how you live your life. And there's a reason why people brought up the fact that Spence wasn't living the best lifestyle. There's reasons why, because people who know boxing know what the fuck they're talking about. Every single small detail matters. And in this scenario with Deontay, it wasn't the training, it wasn't the lifestyle per se in regards to, you know, taking care of his body, because he clearly has been doing that, but it was mentality. His mentality wasn't there. His game plan wasn't there. That's why every single small detail matters. In boxing, it's about the little things. The little things.
Well, hopefully they learn a lesson and realize get these fights when we got to have them, because like you said, the Spence thing, I was unprepared. Like I never thought like, oh, Spence is. I just thought he was going to edge him, and I always told people I think he gets a close decision. I never said was going to get stopped or any of this bullshit. And I thought a lot of that had to do with because of his size and you know his body work. I was not prepared for the hand speed that Crawford presented, and on top of that, once again we talk about game plans. It looked like Crawford had been developing a game plan that needed time to marinate. And when he fucking unleashed it, it was unstoppable. At the same time, like PVC fighters, I think I had noticed this on 7A, and somebody saying over there, like PVC fighters getting set on the show. Motherfucking Heyman treating these fighters like they're fucking records, bro. Oh yeah, we just need to drop a single once a year, blah blah blah. No, bro, you got to take fights. You should have bundled these fights. You got enough fighters where you can give them some easy $200,000 paydays. Tell them that you need to take this, get some good work. While they're sitting on the shelf this long is unacceptable. Like, okay, you get the Hellenius fight, but we sitting here talking about this fight. It almost like the fighters get to a point where it's like a certain cost is unacceptable. Like, bro, taking $1 million payday to get sharp for the big money is worth it. But it's like they're just sit there and dry out. Like Kawanaki could have that would have been an easy opponent that got beat up in the meantime while we were waiting. Somebody just should maybe show that you were still ready. But you know, like somebody said, like they effectively the ducking paid off because now the mentality has changed. And this is the shit that happens. And like if you guys are excited about this fight not happening between FD and Joshua, of us never getting this shit, it's crap. Like you're not a boxing fan, you're a groupie. And be a groupie for somebody. That's cool. But dudes like me, we want to see real fucking fights. That shit hurt me to see Crawford do that because I think it even bothered Crawford because I think he expected more. And for that Spence to show up, and now we're going to start talking about, like, I know he has a killer mentality, but I promise you, I've seen enough fights where dudes kind of let up. He knew he was beating them badly. And I think it was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm not just gonna act like the Spence trash, but it's like you could see all the fucking waiting and all this bullshit around catches up with you. It's the same shit. You allowed this guy to acclimate to the weight. He's been building a game. You're the main fight. He stayed busy. You're the main fight that he knows that you're his Super Bowl. So he's preparing that way. You're treating it as this is just another belt to collect. Oh, no, I could just chill. He had to force his own he had to turn down a Keith Thurman fight and sit out for 13 months to make his promoters have this fight happen. When the fuck did we ever see that happening in boxing? And then we wonder why people lose. He's having to force his promoters to give him the fight that he needs to have that should have happened a couple years prior when he was at his best. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make any sense. This is the type of shit that I'm talking about. PVC burns up fires. Like I'm a huge supporter of PVC at one point in time, but I'm looking at the end result. Like, who's a PVC fire note that we can name right now? And don't give me no fucking Tank Davis because he's another one. He's the next one that's going to fuck around loose or some bum. And then everybody's going to say, oh, he wasn't shit anyway. Come on, man. There's no excuse. If you're a fighter and you're high level, the only, like you said, Floyd got away with it, but that's elite level generational talent. Every other fighter needs 2 to 3 fights minimum a year to stay sharp. Other than that, you get what you get tonight.
Yeah, that's a fucking fair point. And we can nitpick all day long about mentality and this, that, whatever, which has its relevancy. But you're right. Like this is another valid point to bring up: promotion, inactivity, especially as fighters start to age. It becomes even more, more important to stay active. Kind of like if you don't use it, you lose it. Shit, your wife tell you that. Shit, you know that. It's fact. Because me and Wilder are around the same age. And so I can tell you right now, if I don't stay active, like I know for a fact it won't take long for my body to break down. 100%. You're not 25 anymore. where you can take a year to lay off and then get back to training for 4 months and then you're back in the greatest shape of your life. Just doesn't work like that anymore when you start hit those late 30s, bro. The only reason why LeBron James is able to still dunk on people and do the things that he does, because this motherfucker works around the clock daily. He has to. You have to keep using and moving your body. But he's not absent of issues. He's still battling through, minor injuries here and there. He's got to, manage his recovery time and all this other shit. But, he's an anomaly. And there are a few anomalies out there. And again, like we mentioned this before, it's not like Deontay looked like he was an old man. He looked great for his age. And we said it earlier, like if you're just coming into the live stream, like to me, it seemed like Deontay during the post-fight interview, like he's ready to go another 5 rounds. So that wasn't the issue for me personally. Inactivity and ring rust, yeah, that is definitely a high possibility. It makes me wonder too about the sparring. Like, did you do any proper sparring? I saw a lot of mint work. I saw a lot of doing stuff with Malik, and I understand that you don't advertise your sparring sessions, but at the same time, like it doesn't seem like you were doing any real hard sparring with quality sparring partners that can stimulate a style similar to Joseph Parker. It's like you didn't know what to do with a style like Joseph Parker. It was fucking weird. You're acting like you never seen anything like that before, the way you were acting tonight. Like you've never fought a guy. I mean, you fought guys like Joseph Parker many times in your career. Like what the fuck is going on? But it doesn't matter what you did 6 years ago. That's distant memory, right? So it's more about like your sparring, quality sparring, getting guys in there that try to rough you up and do things that Joseph Parker would do. Like I'm literally questioning everything at this point. Everything.
Hey, just to piggyback off that real quick, have you noticed whenever we see other fighters in their camps, they always have other guys there. Like if you go to Crawford's gym, you got Shakir, you got all these dudes running around. You go to you got all these guys running around. I don't really see that at Wilder's camps. Like, where's the young talents that you're beefing with? Where's the gym wars? Like you said, the sparring sessions. Who was the sparring partners for this? Because like you said, it's like, okay, so we came up with a game plan to be on the back foot. So where was the sparring partner that was emulating Joseph Parker's fight? Like I said, I didn't see nothing new from him. This is how Joseph Parker fights. But he was so shocked that Wilder didn't do anything. He just was like, well, fuck it then. I'm always just go for it. Like, dude's not doing anything. He's like, what? I think that's why the tentative, he's winning rounds by throwing 3 jabs. It's like, bro, like and it was like, I was like, at first I was like, is Wilder worried about getting hit? Is his chin war? Like, but now then I see it get caught a few times. I'm like, no, it's not that. It's just like, okay, so you was in a gym working on this style. Where was it working at? Like, I don't understand. Who was the fast foot guy that you had in there with some, good boxing skills? The little shorter dude that was coming. Where was that guy at? Who, like you said, we see a lot of mid work, and like you even, maybe they ain't show us everything, but I didn't see no training part. Like, who's the sparring?
Yeah, like let's see a photo, like a post sparring photo, like who you sparring. Like he did that for Fury. He put a lot of stuff out there about him sparring Hellenius, before fighting Fury. We didn't really see that for this fight. And it really makes me wonder. I'm not saying he didn't spar. Obviously he did spar, but the quality of it, the tactics of the sparring, were they working on the right things? Did they really do proper film study on Parker? And we're talking about Malik Scott. I mean, this guy's supposed to be like Professor X when it comes to film study, and this guy's posting this stuff on his IG all the time of him watching old fights, and he's all scientific about the styles and this, that, whatever. But it didn't seem like they had a game plan for Joseph Parker, which is weird. It's totally different than having to design a game plan to face somebody like Bud Crawford, who can fight orthodox or southpaw, very unorthodox, long, rangy, big puncher. There's a lot of shit you got to worry about when you're fighting someone like Crawford. I mean, Joseph Parker, bro. He's a classic peekaboo style. Not come forward, but like, he's just got a classic heavyweight kind of peekaboo style stance and boxing skill. So how could you not plan for that? Not one single jab to the body. Not one straight hand down the pipe to the body. One or two uppercuts. How are you going to let a man like Joseph Parker get on the inside? He should never get on the inside, ever.
Yeah, he was fighting him like he was a puncher.
He should never be on the fucking inside, ever. Exactly. And if he is trying to get on the inside, you're tying his ass up right away. You're not letting him do any work on the inside. He should be behind your jab, your check left hook, and a straight right hand down the fucking pipe. And if it's too hard to hit him on the head, you hit him in the solar plexus, you hit him in the stomach, you loop one across and try to get him in the ribs, like whatever the case is, bro. He has no business to be on the inside. And you don't have like a Philly shell type style anyway, so you're not going to work in the pocket. And you have an 8-inch reach advantage. He has zero business trying to get up on the inside. And instead of like, Joseph Parker would lunge at him sometimes. He would lunge in, and only thing Wilder would do was step back and go up against the ropes. Instead of like pivoting and throwing something, even if you landed on the top of the head, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, land it. If he wants to put his head down and get hit, that's on him. So he wasn't punching and pivoting. He wasn't punching and moving. He wasn't jabbing. And, it's like he just back up and lean back and then try to tie up if he could. Or he would try to throw a right hand when the range was already shortened. Even Sergio Mora pointed that out in the commentary. Like, you're a long rangey fighter and you're trying to throw short shots against a short fighter, a shorter fighter. I mean, 6'4", he's not short, but he's 4 inches shorter than you. He's got 8-inch reach disadvantage, and you're trying to throw short shots on the inside. That doesn't make any sense. So to me, that's game plan. There wasn't a proper game plan, which is mind blowing. You have plenty of time to prepare for the fight. It's not a style that's really that difficult to plan for. You should have knocked out Joseph Parker tonight. You should have knocked him out. What we saw on the 12th should have happened from the 9th round going forward. And I only say that. People would say, no, that should have happened earlier. We got to consider ring rust. We got to consider inactivity. We got to consider, feeling out. We got to consider all these things. But the moment you got rocked and almost got knocked the fuck out is the time, you put the napkin in your shirt, you get your food, you get your spoon, your fork, your fucking steak knife, and you go to eat. That's what you do. That's what you do. You put your sauce on there, you start cutting that steak, you go to eat. Once that 8th round ended and you survived that round, that's it. There's no turning back. I'm going to knock this motherfucker out now because I've already lost all the rounds anyway, more than likely. If my corner's honest with me, you've lost most of the rounds, if not all the rounds, and you almost got knocked out. This goes back again to Malik Scott being like, hey, man, it's like, in the 12th round, he was like, yeah, we'll go ahead and step to him and try to punch through him now. Like, what? Could you imagine? Think about this. Rather you hate or love Teddy Atlas, imagine Teddy Atlas bringing Wilder back to a corner after the 8th round. We almost got knocked out. Imagine that for a moment. Teddy Atlas would have been like, here comes the fireman speech. But maybe Deontay needs that. Maybe he needs that. Because it seems to me that Wilder is very receptive to that type of shit, Because the moment that JD's And Malik finally told him, yo, it's time to punch through him. He did it. He went out there and did it. So it's not like he can't do it or doesn't want to do it necessarily. It's that nobody's really motivating him to actually fucking do it. You're making it seem like it's all good for fucking 11 rounds. It's not all good. You know, imagine Teddy Atlas working. I mean, he was working with Tim Bradley, had basically zero punching power. And he'd get up in Bradley's face and talk about, it's time to go into the fire. You're a fireman. We love the fire. And Bradley's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, and he goes out there and just starts fucking going crazy, right? Imagine him doing that to somebody with Wilder who actually does have punching power. And grabs him by the top of the trunks, looks in his face and says, what the fuck are you doing out there? You're about to get knocked the fuck out. Now get in there and eat. Are you hungry or are you full? Because if you're full, we can go home right now. How about that? Well, let's just go home right now if you're full. That's it. And I promise you, Wilder would have listened and he would have went out there in that 9th round until that last bell rang. He would have tried to knock Joseph Parker the fuck out. But that didn't happen tonight. It was keep doing what you're doing, bro. You know, keep moving. Keep your head moving. Keep moving. You know, put the jab out there. That was the advice he got coming back from that 8th round. So there's a lot that goes into this. I hope there's like a real honest evaluation on all levels. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said earlier, you know, Malik and Deontay are very close. I honestly don't see any changes happening. And that's what it is. And I hate to be so critical about it. And I'm sure somebody like maybe like Tay, who's really close to Wilder, would probably disagree with me, I would imagine, and just chalk it up to tonight was a bad night. But I don't know, man. I feel like it goes much deeper than that. But anyway, K-Rod, you've been here chilling. Is there anything you wanted to say before I get up out of here?
Yeah, man. Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me on. Shout out to you and also King of Kings boxing. Yeah, I think honestly this is just pretty much like one of the worst performances that I saw out of Deontay. Honestly, I thought Wilder was gonna blow Joseph Parker out in like 2 rounds, just simply because like Parker, he's very hittable and he doesn't prioritize like a proper style to like keep himself very disciplined on the inside. And I thought Wilder's style would automatically whip him. And you know, that just felt like like a fantasy sparring match. You know, like it just felt like Wilder just went in there, you know, took a couple hits and then he's just like, okay, like I don't care, like I don't like to see that. I thought Deontay could have performed way better, and Joseph Parker should have been knocked out. He should have never got a decision over Deontay because no man has ever done that to him. And even when people would say, "Oh, well, Luis King Kong Ortiz, he was outboxing Wilder, and there were other fighters that did that," yeah, that's fine. But Wilder was beating the crap out of him during the process of being outboxed. Like, there's a difference. Like when you are losing a fight, but you're still putting hands on somebody, like that person loses their confidence heading into the later rounds. So the late game survival mode kicks in. Therefore, a fighter loses, with the proper temperament to keep their focus up throughout the duration of a fight. So I felt like that was not there at a Deontay, and that just felt weird because it's like Deontay, he normally, presses hard on you early because he's not trying to just get you out of there early. He's actually doing that for the entire fight. So it's like that's what I was like a little bit confused about because it's like Deontay, he's way better than that, and this didn't show his true ability. And I thought Deontay was going to display a high class, easy KO victory, performance, and just basically like immobilize and decapitate Joseph Parker. So um, either way, like I think he really needs to take this seriously and look at the film. And if he is to be successful in another fight, to come back more improved and fight, like the same Walter that we've seen in the past, then all credit to him. But I'd say for now, just watch what you did wrong through the film, and then make that decision if you want to continue your career. Because I think Walter, he's like, I don't know if you can like agree, but I feel like he got way too comfortable with getting all about the mega $1 million fights. Because like, if you think about it, if he never fought Fury and he just continued to just do what he did to defend his belt and nobody can't mess with him, then really Deontay Wilder would still be scaling, but the comfortable mentality would still be there. And like you said, that the target probably still would have grown onto him because, a guy like Jared Big Baby Anderson could have, came up in the mix to be that guy, to be his, itter bitter, rival to, like to potentially one day beat him or whoever. But I think Deontay Wilder is always at his best when he's super disciplined and he doesn't take any breaks, in between. Like that's what Deontay Wilder's whole branding was to be like about. Like, you know, like coming out, to obviously promote Bomb Squad, and then on top of that to be ferocious, to be, very permissive, and to always pursue greatness at the highest cost. So I think Wilder should continue to do that, but if his body and his skill sets don't show it, then I think it's time to hang it up. But I don't like to say that. Like, I'd rather let Deontay Wilder do what he does, but I say for now, review what you did wrong and maybe, try to make that final, call to say if you want to continue your career or just hang it up. But I think Deontay Wilder just needs to go back to the gym, fix everything that you did wrong, and then hopefully, depending on when, what the future will be heading into the, new year, that'll, definitely show, the true imagery of what Deontay Wilder really is.
Yeah, man, good take. I think we can go on and on and on about this the entire night. But we're just gonna have to wait for the storm to hit tomorrow, I think, and see what people have to say. And I'll be keeping an eye out. Not really looking forward to it, but it's part of the territory, man. In boxing, this happens sometimes. You support a fighter and things don't go your way. Are you going to be objective and honest, or are you going to get defensive and make excuses? So, time will tell. And I hope like I said, there's a true evaluation of everything that happened tonight. And I'm still going to support him coming back strong. And if that's what he really wants to do, but I want him to really, really know that that's what he really wants to do. That's important. Otherwise, I'm here to celebrate his career because he's had a fantastic one. And he's going to go down as, in my opinion, one of the greats. I don't care if people disagree with that or not. That's my opinion. But anyways, guys, I've been up since 4 a.m. I'm going to go back to bed. Congratulations to Joseph Parker. Congratulations to Anthony Joshua. They both did their thing tonight. And that is the story of the night. 2 victories, which I didn't. Well, I for Joshua, I thought that he should have definitely won. He did. I don't think I could have predicted him winning in the way that he did, though. But nonetheless, they came out victorious. And I guess now we sit back and wait to see what happens next. And I hope that I'll try to be on here, guys, before the end of the year. We'll see what I can come up with to continue to chop it up to end the year strong. But in the meantime, Christmas is around the corner. Make sure you guys spend your time off, if you have it, to spend it with your family and love on each other and be grateful for the things that we have, and stay positive and stay strong out there. And I'll see you guys on the rebound, man. You guys be safe out there. If I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Peace.